Sheesh. Hey man. Say man. Tuesday morning, baby. We is up in the kitchen. We cooking. We trying to get it popping. But it was one hell of a week, man. Week 4. We had 2 Monday night games. I'm saying trying to turn the music down. I'm turning the sound effects down. So my bad. It must be cranking. I don't know what's going on. But we had 2 games last night. We had 150 games Sunday. We had a game Thursday. Man, it's football galore. We haven't even hit bye weeks, and that's coming up next week. We're going to check into that, too. Major injuries, man. Unfortunately, man, we seen one of the most gruesome injuries last night, man, with the cheetah. And we all know Tyreek is one of the fastest guys in the league. So when you suffer an injury like that, man, with your legs, of all things, it's going to be a tough one to swallow, man, at home. So hopefully prayers up for the cheetah, man. He didn't look too worn out or too down about it. I mean, I'm sure that was just a quick reaction and adrenaline going through, but prayers up to the brother, man, and of course Malik Nabers and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get into all that, man. But today, man, I told my boy Rock, well, we talked together, and we're gonna go through the games, man. We're gonna leave the fantasy stuff for maybe later or figure out in somewhere in between the show. But we're gonna recap these games and give y'all the full slate of what we saw, what we thought about, and all the breaking stuff you want to hear about, man. Ain't no point in watching all these other big networks on your cable channel, baby. We're gonna bring it all to you today. So Rock, man, I'm done talking, I'm done rapping, baby. What's good? What's popping with you? And how you feeling, Playboy?
Fizz, what is cooking? Good looking. I finally traded out the tea that I've had every morning for just straight up pure energy, Fizz. So I'm ready to go. Best I've felt in a long time. So I'm excited to get into this show. Probably the most excited I've been since the football season started. There's a lot to get into, and I'm excited to do that with you and the people.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, again, man, we had a hell of a week of football, man. Every day seems like, or every game, it seems like more and more to talk about. For those that play fantasy and you got your notifications on, I'm gonna tell you one thing, Rock. I got one league notifications. Ping, 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 ping. I'm talking about, bro, the red zone was on fire Sunday, man. A lot of young rookie talents, them 3rd round, 2nd round dynasty picks in the rookie draft that we was waiting on. The Woody Marks, all those guys, man. Listen, man, I got one team with all of them rocking. It was just every 5 minutes. Hampton, Marks, I'm talking about Puka, but like my team was ping, ping, ping. I'm like, hey, man, whoever I'm playing this week, good luck, because my phone going off the chain. So it was good to see, though, man. We talked about this a couple of weeks, how we wanted to see which rookie running backs would actually take the first step. And I believe Amari Hampton did that 2 weeks ago. But this was the week of, all right, hey, we can't let him lead the pack, man. It's time for us to catch up, too. And we had a whole lot of the young guys, man, that came through for us and shut it down. So we're going to get into all that, though, bro. But before we actually get kicked off, man, anything you want to just spill to the people about today, about your weekend, about Sunday's games, and we're going to take a look at some stuff.
Well, I appreciate you asking, Fizz. I had a fantastic weekend. I was in a wedding of my coworkers. He's become one of my best friends. And my wife wasn't too pleased to see a cigar in my mouth. She's like, you got bronchitis. I don't want to be one of those types of wives, but I am going to be one of those types of wives. What the fuck are you doing? I had a cigar in my mouth. I also was eating pierogies. It was all hell breaking loose. There were fireworks. It was a hell of a wedding, Fizz. So I had a great weekend. Sunday came back down to earth. Was watching Spencer Rattler play against the Bills. So I was a little bit depressed until I watched the Cowboys. Until I watched the Cowboys. Oh, actually, I get even more depressed after seeing the Ravens just completely fall apart. Looked like a war out there. It was not, and it was completely one-sided war, too. It wasn't one of those even battles, Clash of the Titans. No, it wasn't anything like that. So I was pretty heartbroken about that. So I needed something, Fizz. I needed something just to get me over the blues of the Sunday. And we had the Cowboys-Packers game. So I stayed up way too damn late until almost 1 a.m. and watched that thing. And then it ended up the way it ended up. I'm like, man, I could have went to bed. But I'm glad I watched the whole thing. Now we're here, Fizz. I'm excited to get into everything for today's show.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. And I'm over here watching on the Fire Stick, brother. So I'm watching my team, my buffering a little bit on and off, connecting. Rock, do you know, and with 8 seconds left, when the Packers had the ball, and because they had like 20-something seconds to go. I was like, why don't they just throw the ball? Like, what are they doing? They wasted time. It's like 6 to 8 seconds left. I see Jordan Love get the ball. The whole connection goes out. So now I'm like, hold on, bro. I'm trying to refresh it. I don't want to look at my phone because I'm trying to see it happen live. Bro, by the time this thing refreshed, man, the game was over with. I was like, God damn, let me go look at the phone and see what happens. So I saw it was a tie. But I watched the whole entire game, stayed up till 1 o'clock, had to be up at 5 o'clock just to not see the ending. I caught it on my phone.
You have to remind me. And if you don't remember this, that means you missed it. Was it at the end of regulation or at the end of overtime?
Overtime. It was
when Jordan Love threw that pass and it had 1 second left in the clock. That must have been at the end of overtime, because if you missed that, Fizz, the Packers almost lost the game trying to fit in a pass.
Okay, so that's the one play I didn't see. That's what I'm saying. My phone, my thing went out, so I thought they still go with 8 seconds left. I was like, what the hell is going on? I didn't see that.
Fizz, the Packers almost lost the game. Literally, the only reason why they didn't lose that game is when Jordan Love uncorked that pass, the last desperation TD throw. Mm-hmm. It hit one of his guys or a defender in the back. If that ball does not make contact with that player, the clock keeps running and the Packers lose. Bro, so you missed that one of the craziest moments of the whole game was the last.
That's so crazy because when I looked at my phone, I said, "Oh man, these suckers, man. They went for the field goal. They should have just went for the touchdown. Our defense been trash." So I didn't even know they attempted that because my thing went out with 8 seconds left, bro. As soon as he hiked the ball, I said, "Damn!" And then the TV just went out. So,
I can't knock you too much for that because I have my wife. She has to stand for 3.5 hours at the satellite looking like this with the antenna. And I'm like, all right, move it a little left, a little bit to the right.
Yeah. So, hey, man, watch out for the lighting, baby. But, yeah, man, again, man, good week of football, good Sunday week, man. Thursday night, too. You know, we had Seattle and the Cardinals and good shootout games this week, man. So, we gonna get into all that, bro. And unfortunately, again, like I brought up earlier, man, with these major injuries, a lot of stuff going on. I'm not gonna show the actual footage of the injury, but man, that leg, bro. I mean, unfortunately, it happens to us, you know, in the sport. We, as fans, people want to see it, but man, that's the last thing I want to see on my timeline 100 times in a row was Tyreek's leg bent this way and his other thigh bent that way. Like it was.
Fizz, I usually don't look for that stuff, but when they said when Ian Rappaport was like catastrophic, I was like, all right, I have to see what this looks like. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not going to be so holy shit. I'd have never seen that before. So
yeah, bro, it was gruesome, man. And just to see it live, I didn't, you didn't see how it actually looked. You just saw the reaction of when he fell, and I was like, I didn't know it was Tyreek at first, so. They went like to the commercial break, and I thought it was him, but I'm like, maybe it's not. I don't know. And when I saw all the team rush over there, I'm like, oh, not that they wouldn't for another teammate, but man, it's Tyreek Hill. Everybody had to come over here and see what's going on.
But that defender, the one that tackled him, he was just sitting there. I can't tell if he didn't recognize what had happened or it was cold-blooded.
Yeah,
he was just staring. It was crazy.
Like I said, the man leg was being told opposite. But to get into that game, we can just. Let's go through the injuries, man. Then we're gonna holler at the people, man, and then we're gonna get this thing cracking. But I did want to bring up that injury. That was something major, and you actually texted me in the middle of that injury and said, "Man, our boy is gone nuts, man." So, for those that didn't see it last night, man, my boy Tyreek Hill, man, he got carted off, and he pretty much just
a tough one.
Yes, like I think that was just his adrenaline talking in a sense. He didn't look down in his spirits. He looked like he was, okay, waving to the fans. When you saw that reaction right there, right? What you thought about that, man? Because I know you had texted me and said, man, I don't know, man, our boy ain't looking too too normal right now. But me personally, I think that was he was happy that the fans didn't boo him because I think he felt the love. Like, unfortunately, he felt it at his worst moment. But sometimes when you need to feel it, because all season, I'm sure a lot of them fans was get in the gym, get off of it. So to hear the fans not cheer that he was injured or boo him out of the building, I think that was a reaction of, yes, I'm good. Thank you for my time here. I'm probably out of here. But I appreciate y'all, man, for showing me some love in this moment.
I think he was that happy, Fizz, because he never has to catch another pass from Tua ever again and have to deal with that shit show in
That's why he
Miami.
like that.
Yeah, look at him cheesing. I mean, I've never seen a man so happy in my entire life to get injured. Have you? Because I've never seen anything like that.
I
Our
can clearly
dude,
say I never seen that like that. You're right.
at least we can agree Tyreek Hill is wired differently. There
No,
ain't
he is.
ever going to be anyone like him before or ever again. So I did pull up a couple of stats just to trip down memory lane because this might be Fizz the last time we ever see him on an NFL field. Tyreek Hill.
Ooh, don't tell me that one.
Yeah. Well, they just were saying it earlier today. He's going to have to get multiple surgeries, Fizz. Multiple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and he did say that he didn't plan on playing to the end of his life. Like he wanted to play, another 2 or 3 more years. So he kind of said that out loud before this injury even happened.
Yeah, so I think this injury made his decision, I think, a lot easier. So we do wish him the best of recovery. But I did look up some things about Tyreek Hill. This guy has been voted first team All-Pro 5 times. He's been to 8 Pro Bowls. And here's some of the crazier stats that I totally forgot about. Do you remember when he had a 200-yard quarter? Yeah, he was the only player ever. I think it was against the Buccaneers, Fizz, a few years ago when he was still with the Chiefs.
I know he had to be with the Chiefs, but I don't remember that one, though.
The whole game, so he got 200 yards in the first quarter, Fizz. He had 269 the rest of the game, so he didn't get like 800 yards the whole game. He only got 69 the rest of the game. He was the only player ever to get 200 yards in one quarter. Also, too, he is the first player in the Super Bowl era to hit 1,000 receiving yards by week 8 in a season. So I think I'm pretty sure that was when he was projected to go for 2,000 with Miami, if I do recollect correctly. But yeah, those are just some of the things that I pulled up. He had 11,000 plus receiving yards, over 90 touchdowns throughout his career. That ranked, I think, 41st in terms of receiving yards, Fizz. If he would have finished this season, he would have ranked closer to like 30th. There was a huge jump or a huge bunch of players that are all around 11,000. So, but yeah, I think this might have been the last time we got to see him, Fizz. So I only had one share of him in fantasy football. But regardless of that, it's just sad to see one of our favorite guys. There ain't no one else like him. In the NFL.
Yeah, man. He didn't get a chance to get that Super Bowl. We all thought the Chiefs were done. They were cooked once they got rid of him, and they went and won about three of them things once he left, man. So unfortunately, man, for him, he didn't get traded. We all wanted to see it happen, and his team decided to win the game when he's not on the field. So shout out to him, though, man. Great career, especially for a guy, man, that was drafted in the 5th, 6th round or something like that, and he beat the odds for sure, man. So shout out to him. I do want to get to one more injury before we get everything kicked off the rock. My boy Malik Nabers, man. What an injury. It was one of them plays where he looked like he faked it. Like he just jumped up like, and then it just like his leg went out. But I will say, I guess he's in great spirits, Rock. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you saw this, man. But my boy was at the NBA Youngboy concert last night. NFL Youngboy, NBA Youngboy. They got the tag team together. My boy has the knee brace on and the crutch. Hey, man, look like he's doing good things. He's in good spirits, man. Hey, how you feeling about Malik Nabers and his injury, and what's next for him, bro? Because I hear a lot of people in our fantasy league saying, get rid of him, trade him. I don't want him. Don't want no parts of him. Don't want anybody coming back over a major leg injury. I know that's one of your things with Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin didn't look exactly great week 1, but he got 10 targets, though. So that's a plus, right? Week 1, I don't expect him to be, Rock, it's week 1, baby. You got to give him some time to get his reps. You know what I'm saying? So I just say all that to say Malik Nabers is young enough. He's good enough for me to say, man, listen, y'all tripping out. If I didn't want Malik Nabers before, I want him even more now because everybody else don't want him. So what you think about Malik Nabers, the injury, and what we should be expecting from him next year, knowing that this franchise bet the house when they took him? I don't see them not wanting him back as soon as possible and when they can. So what's up with him, bro?
Fizz, why do the NFL gods have to keep doing this to us? We were locked in for an amazing series.
The gods ain't do this. Those are the devils, brother.
It had to have been. It had to have been because we were locked in for top 5 all-time season with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. And then the NFL Devils were like, oh, no. And then the moment that Jackson Dart makes his debut, has a something you would see out of a movie, Fizz, with going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL and completely annihilating them without Malik Nabers. That's just not fair, Fizz. That was one of the things that I was most excited to see, was the trio in New York City with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, and Malik Nabers. And I know for sure that Adam was, he's probably having a really hard time because there ain't no other person that was hyping up Malik Nabers more during the offseason as the wide receiver 1 in the NFL, Fizz, as Adam with Malik Nabers. So
for sure, it
is very, very unfortunate. I don't know. I just got to hope and pray that all these players, before they go to bed on Saturday nights, before their games on Sundays, they're saying their prayers, Fizz, because it just seems like every damn week, like I thought, oh my God, Malik Nabers, we lost him in week 4. Nothing can get worse than what happened with Tyreek Hill last night.
And I wouldn't even, not that we was expecting it, but I literally thought today we was just going to talk about Malik Nabers' injury and keep it moving.
That's it. Yeah. And then we had to add Tyreek Hill to the show sheet. So it is super unfortunate for me personally, Fizz. Just from a fantasy perspective, I'm trying to buy Joe Burrow. I'm trying to buy BTJ while he continues to figure out his shit with T-Law and Duval. And I'm trying to buy Malik Nabers. Maybe also to maybe get another share of Ladd McConkey. There's lots of players that have had a slow start or have been injured that where now you can actually acquire them. Whereas before you would not have been able to acquire them in fantasy. So this has no, I'm not discouraged whatsoever as far as his long-term outlook in New York City.
I agree with you. And I think by then, I'm not saying that this is a good thing, but by then, hopefully Jackson Dart is settled. He got everything ready. And now Malik Nabers has his quarterback already ready and locked in. He ain't got to go through the growing pains. He's just going to come in, lock it down, shut it down. And, hey, he put up 40 points against the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure he can do that again next year at some point, as soon as we get back, man. So no worries.
Let me ask you this, Fizz. I mean, like outside of our guy that we're going to talk about later on the show with Puka, who else is like by far and away like having an amazing season at wide receiver? A lot of the QBs that we were looking forward to this year, they're not having that great of a year. When Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones are 2 of the best QBs in football, then there's not going to be that much wide receiver production. There is no one that's really running away with it outside of Puka. Like you look at CeeDee Lamb, he's also hurt. Mm-hmm. Justin Jefferson is stuck in Minnesota.
You saw Jamar Chase last night. Sheesh.
Jamar Chase is losing his damn mind because the only thing that might have been more catastrophic than the Tyreek Hill injury was trying to watch the Bengals game on offense. It was awful. Jake Browning, whatever he had 2 years ago, man, Mike, I hate it when Mike is right. He told me just to sell his ass for a third. I'd be lucky today to get a 4th for Jake Browning. I got so many shares of him.
So
it don't. Oh my God. So it's just tough with the wide receiver game in today's NFL right now, unless your name is Puka.
Only one Reign King for right now, baby, to the GOAT comeback. But hey, man, those are the injuries. You know, we're going to get to these games. I accidentally brought them up, man. Let the cat out the bag. But hey, man, we got to holler at the people. We will get at y'all. And, you know, we try and get, I know watch time, Rock. One thing I'm learning about this YouTube thing, you got to start off hot, man. We apologize for starting off slow in the engine. Sometimes you got to warm up the engine a little bit, baby. But we are here. It is the time. It's the cook up. You know how we rocking. We appreciate everybody here. We're going to get to the people in the chat, the ones that always come through for us and show us love. We're going to show you some love. Let's get everything popping right now, Rock. Let's get it going.
Hey, they wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Nah. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story, I spent my whole life on life. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good? What's popping, man? You know we back up in the kitchen trying to get it going, man. Week 4, we're going to go through the recap, all the games, all the special games anyway, the ones that you want to talk about. Anybody got your favorite team in the chat, man? We here for the people. We here to bring you what you want to hear. So let us know in the chat about your team, about what you want to hear. We will add that in. But me and my boy going to go through the list of these games. But you know we got to holler at the people, man. My boy Jake, he was pre-gaming up in here. I don't know, man. I think Jake come just for the free food, man. He come to pregame, get the free burgers and the glizzies and a couple of beers, and he going on home, man, once it get started. But I appreciate you, Jake, for coming through, man. Pops in the building. He said it's showtime. Yes, sir. We got my boy Govnik in here. He know he up in here, man. So Eric, Brian, my boy EB up in here, man. Soggy said what's good. We got Voorhees up in here. And yeah, man, I'm pretty sure we got some others watching on other platforms, other channels. Maybe you're at work, man. You're typing on your computer. You can't type on your phone, man. Don't get fired messing with us in this damn chat, all right? But rock, man, it's that time, man, to get things popped off. And before we go down the schedule of games, give me that one game other than the Ravens. Give me that one game, man, that kind of left a sour taste in your mouth this week, that you kind of felt the hype, you thought was going to be off the chain, must-watch TV, and it kind of like disappointed you, bro. Give me that one game. I was going to ask you the best game, but I want to get that game that kind of like punched you in the mouth and said, man, why did I waste my time with this?
Ooh, that is a good question, Fizz. I was looking for the Cleveland Browns to kind of give Detroit a little bit more of a game because of what happened. All right, you know what? If they hadn't beaten the Packers last week, Fizz, then I think it would be not even worth bringing up. But the fact that they did beat the Packers last week, they're just going to be one of those hot or cold teams where they beat the teams they have no business beating. I just wanted to see a little bit more from my dude, Joe Flacco. He looks like he's ready to retire too. And but Quinshon Judkins, Fizz, that guy, he might be the best RB in this class, at least through 2025. I'm not saying career, but as far as production goes, Fizz, it can't be argued. He's in the worst situation. He's going up against the Packers, the Lions defense, and the guy has been producing like a freaking monster. He's the one shining bright. And outside of that defense is still absolutely insane, except they can't cover Amon-Ra St. Brown. None of the other games, I mean, outside of the obvious one, the one that made me want to tear my eyeballs out, I only watched the first 3 quarters, is the Cincinnati-Denver game last night. I didn't even watch the Jets and the Miami Dolphins. But outside of that, Fizz, that's been pretty much it for me this week. What about for yourself? Is there one that where you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore?
Well, of course, I'm a red zone guy, so I will say I didn't particularly watch the game. But I will just say, man, and this is no shade because people are going to think it is, the Philadelphia Eagles, bro, for them to have 0 passing yards in the second half and they still got 31 points, they won the game. I'm expecting a shootout. When you look at the score, I mean, it's a shootout, right? 31-25. That's pretty much over 50 points. But just to see that their offense just collapsed, bro. And it's like they have these moments of when we played against the Rams, first half, nothing. Second half, all right, it's time to win the game. When they played against the Chiefs, the Chiefs not scoring, so we don't have to score. We're just going to play regular football. It's like they play according to who they play and or the pace of the game. But just to see them go against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and Baker didn't have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin coming off a major injury. He got a rookie in Mbuka. Like, his offense isn't primed for, the best at what it's going to be when everybody's together. I'm not saying that they should have spanked the Bucks, but just to see Philly put up 31, which they did, I can't knock you for doing that. But to have 0 passing yards in the second half while Jalen Hurts is actually starting is crazy to me, bro. So I just think if you had, I'm not sure what he had, I'll get into the stats a little bit later, but what he had in the first half.
I got the stats pulled up right now, Fizz.
Okay, cool.
In the first half, Jalen Hurts was nearly perfect. He completed 15 of 16 passes and threw 2 touchdowns. And they jumped out to 24-6 at halftime. And then, like you said, they didn't score any offensive touchdowns in the second half.
Bro, they had 0 passing yards, bro. That's the craziest stat I've seen in a long time.
And Saquon Barkley's longest run, I believe, through 4 weeks is 16 yards, Fizz. How many 60-yarders did he have last year?
We talked about that all offseason. The difference was we thought it was an injury. No, hopefully it doesn't. So we're praying. The Madden curse isn't the injury for Saquon. It's we don't need you to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? The curse is we don't need you to get 2,000 yards. We don't even need you to get 20 yards.
You know that meme they always put on Reddit with the Grim Reaper, and there's all these doorways with blood just coming outside the doorways. So we've had Joe Burrow, we've had Malik Nabers, we've had CeeDee Lamb. Saquon Barkley's the closest door at the very end.
We got
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So he's knocking on the door of Saquon Barkley. And Barkley's like, no one's home.
I don't know.
Go away.
He might be at the LA Chargers offensive lineman room right now.
Oh, God.
Taking them out. They ain't looking good, man. But we're going to get into that game, too. We're going to jump into the games. But I did want to just bring up, what was your game that you thought was must-watch TV and it kind of disappointed? I see my boy Dynasty Rehab in the building. Appreciate you, big dog. I know you're at work doing your thing. You're probably at rehab trying to figure out how to get rid of all these Dynasty teams, man, that you in. But we appreciate you coming through, big dog. So,
like he said, only Fizzle, though. I guess I'm just chopped liver. So that's fine. That's fine.
Come on, Rock, man. You know, when you the chef, man, you in the back, man. I'm the one host. I'm the one that's bringing people to the door, greeting them. Sometimes they forget about the chef, but when they eat that food, they look in that kitchen and say, oh, man, this dude right here, man, he know his stuff, man. He on top of this game. You feel me? So let's get into this stuff, though, Rock, man. We talking, but we here. We love y'all, man, and that's why we do it, baby. So let's get to these games. Seattle and Arizona. I didn't want to bring it up, but I had to bring it up, Rock. You know what I'm saying? It was a game. Hold on, let me see. Do I got one that, yeah, I guess it's a little smaller. Which one you want to roll with, Rock? We'll roll with that one. Yeah, but it's Seattle versus the Arizona Cardinals, 23-20. This is Trey Benson's, I guess, coming out party as a starter. No James Conner whatsoever. And Rock, man, let me know what you thought about this guy. I know we're going way back to Thursday, so we ain't going to talk too long on it. But just overall, man, with this game, your boy Sam Darnold had a clean game, 18 completions, 26 attempts, 242 yards and a touchdown. Your boy, Ken Walker, I ain't gonna lie, I slept on him all season. And after week one, I was like, good. I knew I was right. No, I wasn't right. So I will say a lot of fantasy fans, though, Rod, they not feeling this Ken Walker doing all the work. And then Charbonnet says, oh, yeah, thanks. Let me get the touchdown because I don't need to do nothing. So he stole the points from our guy, or your guy, should I say, Ken Walker. But 19 attempts, 81 yards. No touchdown, but that was a pretty clean game, man. 4.3 yards a carry.
We'll take it, Fizz. We'll take it.
For sure. JSN, of course, he had that first quarter, I believe, I think he had one rush for like negative yards. He had no pass, no receiving yards, no nothing. I think his first half, it might have been. I remember everybody on X was, JSN, we signed him up for being running back. What is this? And then second half, Sam Darnold said, oh, my bad, bro. I forgot Njigba was up in the building. So he hooked him up, 36 yard long pass. I remember that one vividly. I watched that one live. And AJ Barner, your boy, I know your best ball team. He came through for you. He got some
oh my God, Fizz. Yeah, that might be the craziest fourth round pickup I've had all off season. Is a guy, I think he's top 12 in amongst tight ends, and you could have gotten him for a fourth or nothing.
For sure. So that was a good one. And, my boy COOKUP, man, at the bottom. We ain't going to talk about him, man. But what you think about this Seattle? You know what? Let's go to the Cardinals, and then we'll just break down a little bit of this game and move on.
Let's make this one quick, Fizz, because I'm not sure if we plan on doing every single game. This will be like a 4-hour show.
Nah, we won't. But since this was Thursday, I wanted to refresh everybody on it.
I got to call you out on this being Trey Benson's coming out party. He had 35 yards, Fizz, so let's keep that shit down.
All right. When I meant coming out, I meant getting announced as the starter. That's what I meant. But you're right.
Until he actually does something with it, let's just not talk about him because he's still running cross-eyed. I might have been wrong. Here's the thing, Fizz. I might have been wrong about trading him after week one before the James Conner injury because I could have gotten more from him. But what did I say during the offseason? It does not matter, Fizz, if you get all the opportunity if you suck. Trey Benson is not that good. And the Cardinals offense, they keep talking about how we're going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. more involved. Man, Kyler Murray is going to, until Kyler Murray leaves, their whole coaching staff leaves, this is going to be the most frustrating offense to watch because we know what their talent level is. We know they have one of the most elite tight ends in the game. We know that we have a wide receiver. It's one of the best prospects we've seen in like a decade. And Kyler Murray, who has all the talent in the world and just can't put it together. I hate watching the Arizona Cardinals on offense, Fizz. They're the most frustrating team. In Vegas, they had him as a top 10 offense. So they're 2-2, but it's just not looking good. The Seahawks, however, that's the one question I want to ask you, Fizz, because Sam Darnold is one of the most efficient passers through 4 weeks.
Yes, he is. But I think what's going on, Rob, he's doing what the offense wants him to do, right? He's not going out there trying to overdo what he's doing, right? Look at his attempts. He had 26 attempts. Kyler had, I believe, 41. Yeah, 41 attempts. He had 26, and he completed 18 of them. Not average of 9 yards a pass, Rock. Now, granted, Kyler had 4.8, but I'm just saying.
Oh my God! Stop reading Kyler Murray's stats. He led the team in rushing. Also, too, I was just fucking with you, Rehab. I do appreciate your love. I'm selfish with that kind of stuff. So whatever I can get, I can get. But
we like
but
no, like I was saying though, Sam Darnold, bro, is being efficient because he's not going down the field. He's not blowing the top off the offense. He's playing. All right, look.
Actually, he actually is going down the field. You know that against two high shell defenses, one of them cover two, the thing that people talk about the most that is ruining the game is ruining passing and deep passing. You know that Sam Darnold is actually the best in the NFL against two high shells. He is actually pushing the ball down the field. And
well, I'm asking you this, Rob. Is he throwing it downfield or does he hit guys in stride and they go downfield?
Well, you know what? I didn't look up that one little facet of the stat, Fizz.
That's what
I just know that he is pushing the ball down the field.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's one of the highest. This is the real question I have for you, Fizz. Mm-hmm. Is Darnold the new Geno? Because Geno Smith, he was like an 8th or 9th year breakout, Fizz. Everyone thought that this guy was going to be a career backup. Mm-hmm. Any QB that starts in New York seems to just have the shadow that follows them for about 10 years, Fizz, before they get that new opportunity. We saw what Darnold did last year in Minnesota. And I wonder if Minnesota is kind of regretting what they moving on from a guy that played so well. They think, oh, it's just the system, Fizz. We can do that same thing with J.J. McCarthy, who we drafted super high.
Yeah.
And you see Darnold having one of the highest EPAs, Fizz, and his team is now 3-1. They could be 4-0, Fizz. They lost the last drive to a fluky TD against the 49ers. They could very well be 4-0. No one is talking about how good Sam Darnold has looked. No one is talking about the Seahawks, who have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Are we not talking about them because we think it's going to fizzle out, that this is fake, this is a fugazi? Darnold is going to eventually see ghosts. What do you think about this, Fizz?
I think, one, it's Seattle, bro. Nobody cares. That's number one. But number two, you're right. It's the Sam Darnold effect. If Sam Darnold is your quarterback, Minnesota, bro, could have been, had like 9 games, 10 games. They still thought they was going to plummet at some point. They thought, this is a joke. Nobody's going to believe this, right? Because Sam Darnold is the guy. The difference is with this one, he has the contract, so they believe in him. That's number one. And number two, he has a situation where it's balanced. The run game, that's what they want to really do. But they want to keep him efficient and clean. And the offensive line is just so happens to start holding up. He's looking a lot better than what we thought after draft day. All we talked
That's
about.
The other crazy thing too, Fizz. The offensive line isn't all that good, and he's still playing as good as he is. That contract, Fizz, can you name me a better contract in the NFL right now than what Sam Darnold is getting paid and what he's producing in Seattle? Sure.
Well,
that's one of the best contracts out there.
That's the only one, but that's the only one I'm gonna give you. That's the only one, and that's because he hasn't got his contract yet. If he got one, it's gonna be more. So
Sam Darnold is. It might be he gets an extension or a bonus at the end if he takes his team to the playoffs. But he's in 3 years, $100 million.
Yeah,
and it's got no cap hit whatsoever. I believe Daniel Jones is 2 years.
Yeah, So. It was good talking about these guys. But you're right, though. I wanted to bring this up, though, because these are two teams that nobody wants to talk about. And I think Seattle is the one team that we kind of need to start shining a little bit of light on, man. We know they over there with the 12th man and they doing their thing, but Seattle, man, they surprising us this year, Rock. So shout out to them. I'm with you. We don't go through every game, but I will say this game I will bring up. One, I'm here in the city, but two, man, this was lights out for my boys on the South over there, man, at ATL. You know, they did their thing. And I'm gonna get us out the way of this logo, Rob. But before I start moving and getting all this stuff out the way, man, give us go to these stats right quick. I'll run through the stats a little bit and I'll let you break it down while I move us over. But Mariota, I mean, not the best game, but he was efficient, right? For a backup, people starting to notice that Mariota, man, is one of the cleanest backups in the league right now. And I think it's his system that he's in, if not anything else. I saw he was a start for you on Sunday, and a nice call. He wasn't horrible. I think it's just a system. Like, he's behind a quarterback that kind of plays the way he plays. He's just 10 times better, but he knows exactly what to do in this type of offense. This running game, Rock, I'm gonna be honest. Hopefully you're in best ball if you have any of these guys. I wouldn't trust not one of them any week. You never know who was there, who's going to start, who's going to get the touchdowns. It's just a big bag of running backs, and somebody go score for us. The receiving game, Deebo Samuel, without Terry McLaurin there, clearly the receiver won. 72 yards in the touchdown. Luke McCaffrey, man, scored a touchdown, right? I played somebody with Luke McCaffrey. I'm like, come on, man. It's the wrong McCaffrey brother here, bro.
Oh, my God.
Luke came through, man, and did that. And, the Commanders look like an efficient team. They look like a 2-2 team in a sense, right? But today was all about, Sunday was all about them Atlanta Falcons, baby. I don't know if you know this, Rock, but Maryland kind of has this connection with the South. So I know a lot of people, bro, busloads of people that went down to go see this game from my city. And, of course, they're Commanders fans, and they had to take command and take their ass home after they lost, man. So Michael Penix, though, 20 completions, 26 attempts, man, 300-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bijan Robinson, though, Rock. I know we said before the season started,
God,
the Jahmyr Gibbs guy. I was the Bijan guy. And, I mean, not that neither one of us will be wrong, but, man, this guy has 75 yards rushing, 106 yards receiving. But not only is his stats, right? I know we fantasy guys, so we like to talk the stats, but when he get the ball in his hand, bro, it's just like a movie, man. Like, this dude spin move. And I don't know if it's Atlanta, but Rock, people, if you see his highlight videos on X, right? They always got an angle where the camera like rotates this way and goes upside down. And he got the sweetest highlight reels I've ever seen, like live though, bro. Every time
people who did the movie The Matrix are the ones that are filming his highlights.
I'm telling you, bro.
Crazy.
Every time I see a Bijan highlight on X, literally hours or 30, 40 minutes after the play, it ain't like, this team is on it, bro. They not waiting a day later. They chopping it up live in effect. And every time I see this dude get the ball, man, he's just electric, bro. And this has got to be top 5, one of my favorite players to watch in the league, man. But Bijan had almost 200 total yards, a touchdown. Drake London, 110 yards. And my boy, big dog Kyle Pitts, man, with the 70-yard game, touchdown, 5 targets and 5 receptions, Rock. And I know I'm always the fluffer of the Pitts, baby, but he's getting the targets, he's getting the receptions, and now he added a touchdown. It's time to put some respect on my boy's name, man. That's all I'm saying out here. People tired of hearing me talking about it. I need to get a jersey because I keep talking about it, man. I got to support my dog.
I don't get a jersey, Fizz, because the moment you put it on, you might have the same effect. Exactly. You might have
Adam's fault why Malik Nabers got her. We all know that. We sorry about that, Adam. But Rock, man.
Watch out, Roma Dunze. You're next.
I ran through all the good notes and all that good stuff, man. But Commanders aside, other than what you think about the Commanders and I guess the run game, what you think about this Falcons team or overall the game period, bro?
Fizz, thoughts on it? I've been reading a lot more with these recaps, and I like quotes, Fizz. What do you think of this quote? Monday, when he came to work, Morris said, "I believed in him that day." Isn't that cool? So it's just like there is just something, whatever it was that morning, Penix just turned it on. And he's a guy that I think whenever you have a loss like you did last week to the Panthers of all teams, Fizz, Jake is, take it. Well, whenever you get those victories, Jake, just take everything you can get from them because they're going to be few and far between. Because when teams like that lose to teams like the Panthers, it's you have to question everything just because of how bad of a team
30
they
and
are.
0. 30 to 0. That's the worst part, right? They could have lost 36-26, and I would have been like, cool. But 30-0, bro.
And they have one of the best offenses in the NFL as far as talent goes, Fizz. You brought up Pitt's first-round pick, Bijan Robinson, and you have Drake London. Those are all first-round picks, Fizz.
Yeah.
So when you have that much talent and you can't put it together, of course, all the blame is going to go on the QB. They either get all the glory, and even with the victory, Fizz, no one's talking about Michael Penix. They're talking about Bijan Robinson. They're talking about Drake London. They're talking about, Kyle Pitts. So he's getting all the blame and none of the glory, Fizz.
You're right.
And he is a guy that I want to see continue to put it together more. But like you said, Fizz, a lot of it comes down to the environment, the coaches. So I think this is going to be a hot and cold team where they're going to have days where they can play with the best of them, and then they're going to have days where they lose to the worst of them. So that's what I think of when it comes to the Falcons. But I did love that quote. So he woke up feeling really good that day, and it showed on the field with Michael Penix.
100%, bro. And I will say they're in the division, man. They're other than Tampa Bay, man. Nobody's worried about the Panthers. Sorry, Jake, but we aren't. And the Saints, we aren't worried about it either. So they actually are in the division where they can go through the lumps of the process, but also compete when it counts later on. So shout out my other cousin from another cousin, Fizzle, was in the building, man. Shout out Fizzle, man.
That's your evil brother right there, Fizzle.
Shout out Fizzle, man. I ain't seen you, but appreciate you coming through, man. We feeling good, Playboy. And Mando was in the building too, and he said he wanted the Commanders to win, or he thought the Commanders would win that game. So right, we're gonna get through a little bit of these. I know the Saints game we ain't gonna speak on, but I will say Kendre Miller to me, Rock, is showing. I believe it's time for Kamara to just say, hey, can y'all get me out of here before this Tyreek Hill thing happens and I'm stuck with y'all bums for the rest of this season. So we don't want injuries on nobody, but I want to see Kamara just get out of there, man. If you're going to get hurt somewhere else. Not you're already hurting waking up as a Saint. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you getting hurt in New Orleans. So Kendre Miller, though, I will say, is doing his thing. Spencer Rattler's trying to keep up. Detroit and Cleveland. We don't need to talk about them, Rock. I don't want to talk about this game, Rock, but I will. We got to talk about this.
Oh, no.
This
I don't want to talk about this.
I know, but I got to bring it up, bro, because the Tennessee Titans, bro, I'm going to use the words of my boy, Cam Ward. We are ass, bro. That's literally what he said. That's not my words. That's his words. And
he said, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it a buck. We ass,
bro. Like 0-4. I'm gonna ask you this, man. I don't know this schedule. I guess we can go.
It don't matter. They unless they're playing themselves, they have no chance of winning.
Okay, that's all I had to hear, bro. That's all I had to hear. It's not looking good. This Calvin Ridley stuff that we and you was preaching all summer.
Oh my god,
we ain't the only ones, but I'm gonna take our heat forward. Calvin Ridley, man, good. Calvin Riddens, man. It ain't looking good. It just ain't looking good, man. Calvin Riddens is his new name. That's how I'm calling him.
That's good. I like that.
I guess this is a bounce back game for these bum Houston Texans, but they don't even look good against a horrible team that they beat up on. But I will say, though, a highlight that we will speak on, I guess, for a quick second, will be Woody Marks. He came out there. God. Now, this is when I mean coming out party. So you're right, Rock. I didn't mean Trey Benson, but Woody Marks, 17 rushes, 69 yards. Don't be the 69 guy, though, Marks. All right, just 69 yards, Playboy. Touchdown. He got 4 receptions, 50 yards receiving, and another touchdown, bro. So Woody Marks came out and showed, hey, man, I know Nick Chubb is the OG. Salute to him. But it's my time. And I heard the coach say, he likes what he did and saw everything that he needed to see, and he's looking to give him more opportunities going forward. So hopefully that's a plus. I'm not saying I trust all coach speak, but I do trust the Texans head coach, man. He seems like a real guy. He's played in the NFL before, so he ain't some guy that's calling plays, don't know what's going on. What you think about Woody Marks and his chances going forward, Rock? And we don't got to talk much about this Houston Texans team, bro.
Is one of the major things that I see when I audit my hits and my misses from the previous year is backup RBs that are younger and more talented usurp the older veteran RBs. That happens every year. Sometimes we get 3 or 4 guys that end up doing that. I just didn't think it was going to happen in week 4, but it does make sense. When you're playing the Titans, Fizz, someone is going to explode. And it just happened to be Woody Marks. I would not be surprised. This is a guy that was on waivers. It might still be on waivers if your fantasy football league doesn't know what they're doing. Yeah. But Woody Marks, he was a guy that was kind of like in the middle of the pack for me, but I lowered down only because of the situation. They were going to a high volume passing offense with Nico Collins, the 2 rookies that they just drafted. CJ Stroud wants to air out the ball. And then with Nick Chubb or Joe Mixon, before we knew what was going to happen with him, I thought that Woody Marks was going to get buried. I thought he was going to be 3rd on the depth chart, maybe even 4th behind Dari Ogunbowale, whatever the hell his name is. So I didn't think Woody Marks was going to get to this place. But with the NFL, it's kind of crazy. You get enough injuries, you get enough situations like this where you get to play the Titans, then you can have a blow-up game. So happy to be able to see
it. You need as a rookie, right? As coming in and the coach still not wanting to put you in position. Hey, coach, let me do it against the Texans, and I'm gonna show you what's up. So,
he's showing off what the thing with Woody Marks. There's lots of dual threat RBs in this class: Ashton Genty, Amari Hampton, Cam Scatterbo being the best of them all as far as being able to rush and receive. Woody Marks was arguably one of the best receiving backs in this class out of USC. So hopefully he stays healthy, Fizz. He did have a little bit of an injury bug at USC. So hopefully this is going to be, whenever we have these negative storylines with injuries, hopefully we get more of these positive storylines with these rookies, Fizz. So that's the only thing that balances out for me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you though, bro. That Woody Marks, man, was a great call for a lot of guys during the summer. You held on to him. I seen him get cut during the preseason time where people needed to make roster cuts last minute, didn't know who to keep. Yeah, I seen him get cut a couple of leagues. If you got him, congratulations, man. So shout out to Woody Marks. We do like what he's got going on. Hopefully the offensive line keeps things going. We're gonna move on down the line, Jake, man.
They traded one of their offensive line. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
of all the teams that need offensive linemen, why are they trading away offensive linemen?
We are at the point of the stage of the season now that you won't even be able to trade for one. So if you traded one away, man, good riddance, good luck.
And he went to the Browns. The Browns, what a waste! Yeah. He must have pissed off the coaches. Like, I'm sending you to hell. You're going to Cleveland.
Nah, for real. But we won't talk about the Carolina Panthers, man. This is just like, whatever, man. Here's what it is, Jake, man. Y'all got good barbecue sauce, so we're gonna keep it moving, man. But I will say, Rob, we will get into the game, man. This game right here, the Chargers and the New York Giants, Rob. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It's 2 guys on this team that cross from the NFC East for the Dallas Cowboys. You know I'm a Cowboys fan, man, but we Cam Scatterbo, listen, man, when they hit the club in New York, it's going down, baby. Drill music is going on, everything going down. Malik Nabers goes down with an injury. I'm going to cut the music off. I'm sorry. I just had to play a little bit. I had to introduce them two. I'm going to say this, Rock. I know me and Mike talked about the history of New York quarterbacks and how good they've been, which ones have even been successful. We know Eli got 2 rings, but how much do we look at Eli Manning, the quarterback, overall as versus what the team did for him?
Not at all.
Exactly, right? So how much respect do we put on the demanding name in New York? I will just say, looking at Jackson Dart, of course, it's one game, so I'm not saying that he's the best ever or whatever. But I did say sometimes, Rock, it's not what you show, it's what you do. And I'm watching how he moves. Even after the first touchdown, he out there, right? He doing his thing, he rocking. The one thing I know about New York fans, they are used to, it's LA and New York, Rock. They are used to the bright lights. They're used to a show. It's the reason why people go watch the Knicks and they lose every week. It's the reason why when you in New York, bro, you could be the worst team in the league. But if they have a player on their team that they enjoy and they get it, like the press can talk about, especially the New York Post, man, they are going to love Jackson Dart. And Cam Scatterbo being right there beside him, 2 rookies coming in the league together. Looking at Dart play, he got the confidence now. This is why I really wanted Shador to go there, because I knew Shador would go there and bring them bright lights. But he's not there. It is what it is. Jackson Dart is there. But Jackson Dart ain't no farm chicken either now. I'm watching my boy with the juice, baby. He got a little bit of juice with him, man. He got the black paint going down. I heard they said it was from Star Wars and all that. Jackson Dart, to me, Rob, if you don't want him for no other reason, us as the guys that we are, I like to root for certain players because I like them for the person I believe they are. And I just believe Jackson Dart is just one of them guys that's going to be Showtime TV through good games and bad games. And I'm not saying that because he beat the Chargers, but I'm saying that because I'm watching his swagger, man. And I believe young guys like that, they can lead a locker room. These swaggerless people that don't care about nothing but reading and watching this and all you care about it. Jackson Dart is going to show you, man, I don't care what the game look like today. I'm out here dancing. I'm doing my thing. The difference is Travis Hunter doing it. He look crazy. Like, man, can you stop dancing? You know what I'm saying? Like his
He's looking like a Ninja Turtle with the
his juices, his cup has a hole in it, right? My boy Dart, though, man, he out there. He got the juice, man. I just like his game. I like how he play, and I like how he just seems to move around, man. And I always believe that confidence leads confidence. And when you got a guy that I saw on Sunday play this Chargers team, who we all thought was probably the best team in the league currently, other than the Buffalo Bills, he went out there and just dominated them without his number one player, the top 4, top 3 receiver in the league. And I believe, man, good things are coming for the Giants, no matter the record. Now, we'll put this on record, Rob. I'm not saying they're going to go ahead and win a rack of games. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying they won't go out there and look like they look with Russell Wilson and people turn the TV off. You know what I'm saying? This is must-watch TV.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Exactly. I believe it's going to be must-watch TV, and people are going to be excited when they finally see them on primetime games with Jackson Dart and Scatterbo. And I think Scatterbo set it off against the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, and now Dart is here letting us know that, hey, man, we up now. So let us know about this team, this game, and we got the Chargers too. I do want to talk to them about them because, again, both sides, it wasn't a high-scoring game, 21-18, but we talking stars on top of stars on both sides of the field. This was an electric game for sure when we talk about the name. So you going by the Giants or you want to talk about the Chargers first, bro? Which one you on?
I appreciate all the love that you just showered on our dude Jackson Dart. You left me almost nothing left.
That's your dude, because I will say all summer.
There is enough room. There is enough room for everyone to get on the Jackson Dart bus. I was saying it all off season.
You were.
And I'm just glad. Here's the thing, Fizz. You never know when it comes to these things if you're going to be right or you're going to be wrong because of how fickle and how brutal and cutthroat the NFL is.
Yeah.
There is just no room for anything to go wrong. And if it does go wrong, how you bounce back from that attrition, from that adversity. But like you said, Fizz, one of the number one things outside of just his analytics that made him pop on the spreadsheets for me, Fizz, is the energy that he does bring. I wish he would dial it down a little bit. It almost looked like he was going to make out with his head coach at the end of the game. I'm not sure if you saw that, Fizz.
And Rod, listen,
that was a little bit of a tough look.
But when your head coach does that to you,
my God.
When your head coach does that to you, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the hairs on my arms right now are raising up, bro. This shit right here gets me. I be hyped up, like, let's go. Like,
you know who that also reminds me of is the team across the field with with Jim Harbaugh.
Exactly. That's why this is a great game. No matter the score, 18-21, this is the game, bro, of coaching and players being electric, and it's the environment just being the best it can be, bro. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but when you get me hyped right now, talking about both sides, these are the type of players I love to watch, the type of coaches I love to see call plays because they so energetic and they look like they believe in their players. And that Jackson Dart and Coach Dabo, man, that was a great thing, man. So go ahead, Rob. I'm gonna mute my mic. Keep going, please.
It's all good. No, it's all good. You're part of the show too, man. Here's the thing. Here's some crazy stats, Fizz, about Jackson Dart. He is the first rookie to beat a 3-0 or better team in his debut start since 2002. Do you remember Mark Bulger, Fizz, for the Rams?
Rob, please don't make me remember that guy, man. Listen, man. I think I saw somebody in like middle school with a Mark Bulger jersey. Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, he had a few good games. Jackson Dart, Fizz, is the first QB since the great Patrick Mahomes to lead his team to an 80-plus yard TD drive on his first possession of his first career start. Also, too, the Giants are the first 0-3 team to beat a 3-0 team in 17 years to the day, Fizz. But the craziest thing about what happened, what we saw from Jackson Dart, he wasn't playing like the Titans. You know, he wasn't playing a terrible team. He was playing a Chargers defense.
Yeah.
He was playing a Chargers defense that ranked top 5 in opposing passer rate, opposing completion percentage, opposing yards per attempt, opposing first downs allowed per attempt. Those are some of the most important metrics when it comes to passing. So it's not like he just played some terrible ass team. He looked really good, and that was without Malik Nabers for a lot of the game. I know Russell Wilson stepped in. My question for you is, what are your expectations for Dart rest of the season? Because there is the idea, I remember how I always like to say, you let your guys play the way that they want to play, what's within their nature. It's within Dart's nature to be a little bit haphazard, to put his body on the line, to be extra physical. I think he's getting too many plays out of Cam Scatterbo's playbook as far as how reckless he can be with his body.
He had 10 attempts yesterday, 10 rushing attempts, so he definitely was moving with the ball.
So are you worried? And he got hurt. Russell Wilson had to come in for him.
Yeah.
So are you worried a little bit about Dart rest of the season when it comes to the way he plays the game? Or are you just going to be like, let's just enjoy it while we got?
Well, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm worried because they had the hardest schedule on paper in the league, like coming into the season. So everything I'm saying right now, bro, I'm going to kind of counter it as I don't expect them to go out there and light up the score. I don't expect them to go out there and probably even win the games, right? We praising the guy that had 13 completions for 111 yards, bro. Like this wasn't a, oh my God, he looked so great game. I'm just watching because what I like to do, Rob, when I look at players, I turn the lights off and I zone in on the person. I don't want to look at all the squiggly lines that's going around their body and their head. I don't want to see none of that. I want the POV of this person, and I try to imagine, like, if I was there, like, I'm getting a little too deep, but I'm just saying, when I look at players, bro, especially guys that we've been following and watching all summer, we do all this work and research and this and that on these players, but we forget to actually look at the player, the person, right? Like, without this number, who is this person? And I don't know it's his personal life, but when I look at how he played on that field, Rob, and I look at the players around him, they look like, yes, thank God Russ is out of here. Like, we got our guy now. But it could have been the other way. It could have been like, look, man, we need Russ back because this young dude ain't ready yet. But when you see it go the way that you thought it would go, and again, this is only week 1. It's his first opportunity. But to do it against the Chargers, he didn't go against the Titans, like you said. Now, coming up, they got a tougher schedule. Go to their schedule right quick, Rob. They got a tough schedule for this year, man.
Pretty sure they're playing Genghis Khan next week, and they're playing Hannibal the week after that.
Let me see. Week 4. I want to go to the team, though. The Giants. Because they had on paper, Rock, one of the hardest schedules in the entire league. And I remember all summer talking about it. Full schedule. Okay. They play the Chargers. Next week, they play the Saints. So this is the game.
I was off by 1 week, Fizz. I thought he was going to start week 5.
All summer, you said, man, Jackson Dart should be starting by week 5 against the Saints. So, again, all the hype that we bringing now, he might got one more week of this, right? Then he got a short week on the third. This is short week against the Eagles defense. That's kind of tough, bro.
Oh shit! Denver Broncos after that.
The Broncos. Oh my goodness!
We saw what they did to the Cincinnati. Oh my God! The Eagles again. That's not fair.
Hey, Rod, hold on, man. I know I just hyped up my boy Dart, but
man, those schedule makers.
What the hell? Hey, hold on, man. Shout out my boy Dart, man. But
what the hell?
What the hell? Oh, here, man. So look, say this, right? If you in a lineup league, you better start him next week. But I don't know about the next 3 weeks. All right, you got Fizzle. Then he got the.
Oh my God, Robert Saleh. By the time he plays him in week 9, he's going to kill somebody.
Yeah. He got the Bears. He got the. Oh my God.
Look at this. God, the Lions too. Mike Vrabel, he's going to be biting heads off by week 13.
Man, listen, man. So,
and a week 14 bye. That's the best one.
Thank God for the bye, right? Say bye-bye. All right. Then he closes out with the Commanders, Vikings, and then the Cowboys and the Raiders.
Oh, that's going to be a great game that last week, Fizz. Week 18.
Well, it ain't gonna matter for us, Playboy. We're gonna be in a bye week, but we're gonna go ahead and check it out. You know what I'm saying? But I will just say though, Rod, just looking at that schedule again, that's why I said I'm not saying that Jackson Dart is gonna break records and all of that good stuff. But I will
He's
say
already breaking records. He's already.
Well, that's true too. But I will say this: let me go back to the game. Looking at the schedule again, it is a horrible schedule. It's a scary one, man. It don't look good for the guy. But if you see that against the Chargers, imagine when they playing a division team like Philly on a short week. If I'm a player looking at what I just saw, I'm already going into the and then he go against the Saints with next week. I'm already going into it like, look, man, I trust this guy now. I seen what I needed to see. So when he has his lumps against the Eagles, it's all good. Because if he go out there on his first week against the Eagles and look terrible, you like, man, I knew he shouldn't have played. But seeing what he is already, now I don't have a problem with him taking his lumps because I expect that. I took lumps as a rookie. So I think he can win over that locker room fast. And I think what he just did against the Chargers, even though it was a minimum effort, he won that game. So I think after all that said, though, Rock, I do believe the Giants would definitely win maybe 3 games, but they will look good winning. Ain't no such thing as looking good and losing, baby. But as long as you play good, they pay good, man. As my boy Prime like to say. So let's go ahead and get them players paid, man, so the Giants can get in cap hell and then they can keep losing, man. So let's go ahead to the Chargers, though, Rock. We do have some Showtime players on that side. Our boy Justin Herbert went out there. One of the most slept-on players of the summer. People are going to claim they wanted him all year. Yeah, right, man. We saw otherwise this whole season, Rock.
Only Jim Harbaugh was the only one drafted.
The only one, bro. Nobody wanted him. He was a run first team. He ain't going to throw the ball, blah, blah, blah. This guy right here, though, Rock, man, listen, man. This dude, OH, man, we got to find out. No, because that thinks of Ohio. Then I think of
Ohio.
I mean, life is good in the Hamptons. I will say that, baby. And my boy Omari in Hampton, 12 rushes, Rock. 12 rushes, 128 yards, 10 yards a carry, a touchdown. And then he even got 37 receiving yards. Him, Quinshon Junkins. I'm sorry. Him, Quentin Johnston. Hey, man, this is breakout seasons for both of these guys, especially QJ, because this is a guy, Rock. You might find him on your free agency today. Like, people still don't believe in what's going on with him. And we talking about a first-round rookie pick, bro, a couple years ago that we thought was just done, a wash. You could have got him for a 4th rounder. Don't even offer him to me. I don't want no parts of this dude. Hey, man, I don't know what happened over the summer. I don't know. You remember he told his mother quit her job because I got her for life. Maybe he said, Mom said, listen, man, I'm about to have to put some applications in. You keep dropping these damn passes. You better get it together. You know what I'm saying? So shout out QJ for taking care of moms, baby. That's what we about over here. But let me know about Hampton and QJ, though, Rock, man. I know I be going on my rants, bro. But QJ and Hampton, man, let us know something because I feel good about these young guys, man.
Fizz, I'm pretty sure that Quentin Johnston is only behind Puka Nacua as, like,
I believe so,
as far as responsibility for most explosive plays so far in 2025, which I don't think anyone had in their bingo card going into the season this year. I thought Quentin Johnston might. I didn't have him graded as nearly as badly as Treylon Burks. But the first year, it looked like, oh, my God, we're going to have another Treylon Burks guy, a guy who can't run routes, super explosive, can't catch, first-round bust. So I'm happy to see that he is continually producing. He had a laser thrown to him by Justin Herbert on that touchdown pass in between 2 defenders. But the craziest thing, I think, the number one storyline from the Chargers – Fizz, did you know that Justin Herbert is, I think, only behind Cam Ward and CJ Stroud as far as most QB hits so far through the first 4 weeks of the season? Now losing Joe Alt.
They say high ankle sprain
for a few weeks. He's probably going to be out. That's the reason. I mean, when you're going up against that Giants pass rush, which is one of the best pass rushes in the entire NFL, and you lose not only Rashawn Slater in the offseason, now you lose Joe Alt. I'm surprised that they played as good as they did because they also had, I think, my God. Some insane amount of penalties, Fizz, as well.
Bro, I don't know what happened this whole
team.
week. This week was a terrible week of penalties, bro. Every game, the Cowboys and Packers, that game last night, the Jets pretty much said, just penalize us, man. I don't even know why we showed up because they had a penalty after penalty after penalty, bro. This is the week of the penalties, man.
So when you have so many penalties, when you lose your two best offensive linemen and you're going up against the ferocious, G-men on the defensive line for New York, it's not going to look good, Fizz. So, I think that's the reason why they lost to the Giants team, and it might not look any better in the next few weeks. You can look up what their schedule is coming up, but I don't think it really. Offensive lineman is the one position that no one really likes to talk about because it's not as sexy. You don't get stats for it in fantasy football. But Fizz, there is nothing more important to the best teams in the NFL or the worst teams in the NFL. What are the three number one things? It's offensive line play, it's penalties, and it's turnovers. So if you go 0 for 3 in those categories, you're probably going to lose unless you're playing the Ravens and they just fork over the game to you. So, it's not looking that great. I'm a little bit worried with how many times Justin Herbert is getting hit.
Yeah, and again, to lose those guys, bro, Slayton, they just paid right before the injury. Thank God he got his money. And Joe Alt, man. We're not talking about no, third, fourth round guys that they just put in the offensive line. We talking about
the two best bookend tackles in the NFL.
Exactly. So to lose two guys like that back-to-back weeks, man, is a tough thing before your bye week, before we only in week 4 right now. And then you lose to the Giants. That's a game that you kind of got to win to get through the lumps of what's going on later on in the schedule. So let's get through the schedule and get to the next one, man. They got the Commanders. What you think about that? I think that's a win in my book, to be honest. The Dolphins. You don't think so?
I don't. Not if they're without Joe Alt. If they just lost to the Giants, why couldn't the Commanders beat them? I mean, if Terry McLaurin comes back too.
I believe Jaden Daniels will play, but I just think their defense is going to be better.
If Jaden Daniels plays, I'm definitely picking the Commanders.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna say that you got the Commanders, baby. I'm going the other way. I'm going with the Chargers because my phone is on 8% anyway, brother. So we going with Miami Dolphins up next. After that, we could say we agree on the Chargers. This is a tough stretch with these two. Crazy to say the Colts could be a tough stretch, but I'm gonna still roll the Chargers on this one.
No shot. I'm not rolling against the Colts. We'll talk about them later, but I think they're one of the best teams in the NFL, Fizz.
And then they got a short week against Minnesota on Thursday night. So, that could be solid. We got the Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We don't have to go through the whole schedule. It's all shit teams.
I got you. It is. The Jaguars, the Raiders. I think they're in a good spot, Rock. You know what I'm saying? I think they're in a good spot.
Could be worse for sure.
100% could be worse. But that Commanders thing, we're gonna have to talk about that one, man, later on this week when we get together and get the rapping, bro. So
overall, storyline, Fizz, is Ladd McConkey. You talk about losing Joe Alt. They've lost Ladd McConkey the whole damn season. He's been on a milk carton this whole damn year because they're trying to get Quentin. I guess Ladd McConkey had to die so Quentin Johnson can live.
1 reception, 11 yards. Now he had 6 targets. 1 reception, 11 yards, bro.
I know he had 2 drops too, I believe. But it's
good,
not
man.
Looking good. But here's the thing: it's only the first quarter of the season. They'll probably get him rolling at some point. So he's just too damn talented, Fizz. To be producing like he is right now. So.
Well, go buy him if you can, man. Hopefully somebody else is tapped out with that one. We did bring this one up earlier, but this is a good game. We could talk about this and we get through the schedule and bring up some highs and lows of this week, man, as far as players individually go, Rock. But we talked about this earlier. 0 passing yards in the second half. Jalen Hurts with 130 yards, bro. We just talked about Jackson Dart having 111 against the Chargers. Jalen Hurts had 130 against the Bucks, and they won this game with 31 points. So, 62 yards rushing. Saquon, 2 yards a carry, a long of 10 yards. Like he got 1 first down with 1 run, really. And man, the Eagles are just skating by, man. They just, again, I think that's how they want to play. They don't care. They can care less about the fans and the stats and
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Do you care how Philly wins? Because one of the quotes that one of the offensive linemen said after their win was points never lie. So if you win the game and you always score points, and they did put up, was it 31 points on them?
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
do you agree with that quote? Do you agree with that quote?
I believe it's a two-way question, because think about this, and I remember bringing this up to Mike and all my Philly fans a couple years ago. The difference is I actually believe that this team is good, though. But 2 years ago, when the Eagles were, I think, 9-1 or 10-1, they were winning the same way, right? They was winning because Josh Allen fumbled on the goal line, a missed kick, a block fumble.
They were winning like the Chiefs last year.
Exactly. They were just winning copy and paste games. It looked like a movie script. It looked fake, right? But when they got to the playoff stretch and they was 10-1 and everybody was hyped up, they lost 6 games in a row, went to the playoffs, and lost to, I believe, the Bucks. They lost to the Cardinals to end the season and lost to the Bucks that first playoff game.
Spanked by the Bucks.
Exactly. And I just remember that year because I remember telling the Eagles fans, bro, y'all winning games, but you look horrible doing it. Like, I don't even believe that this is a good formula. So I'm saying all that to say the current Philadelphia Eagles aren't that team. So yes, they're winning terrible looking games. They don't look like they got everything in order. But I think that's because they aren't trying their best at week 4 to say we're going to give our all. I think they know who they are. They understand their identity. They in a division that I believe they can win. So they saying, listen, man, it's only week 4. We good. We ain't lost the game yet. And y'all crying about how we look. But we 4-0 by week 4. So if this was week 8, I could tell you I'm worried. I'm frustrated. But week 4, 4-0, and you look ugly on offense, hey, man, we're going to take it as we go. So I wouldn't say if an Eagles fan, I'm worried. By week 8 and it look like this, I'll be worried, though.
All right, I got another quote for you. This is going to be a show of quotes. If you're not welcome, not listened to, quietly withdraw, don't make a scene, shrug your shoulders, and be on your way. That's from your dude, Doo Brown, AJ Brown out of Philly. Yeah. So they're winning, but obviously he's not happy, Fizz. So are you taking AJ Brown's side? You taking the team side? Because he didn't produce in this game whatsoever. What do you think how this all plays out? How if you were a coach or a player in that locker room, Fizz, what would you be saying to the coaches? What would you be saying to AJ Brown with this situation?
I would be doing this right here. Championship ring, baby. We got a ring.
Just have Super Bowl rings on your desk, Fizz, just lying around.
It's one of my fantasy football rings.
That must be an old one from the 1990s when the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl.
Look, you see this right here? You see this right here?
Yeah, exactly.
On the right finger, right? But nah, that's what I will be doing, bro. Listen, we are a championship organization, man. We won a championship. We are the champions of the NFC right now, and currently listed as the best team on paper, on the stat line, on the contract side. Everything we've done, we've proven that we got it right. We know what we're doing. Just be quiet. Let AJ Brown vent. The good thing is he's doing it in the locker room, because a couple years ago he was doing it on the sideline. So
he's also doing it on social media too. So.
Exactly, but I'm saying at least he's not on the sideline mid-game fussing at his quarterback and this and that. So I'm just saying that part is growth, right? Maybe he need to get back to reading books.
It's only week 4, Fizz.
Well, he said he wouldn't read no more books. Get back to reading books.
We still got 11 more weeks for him, or actually, wait a second. It's only week 4. That means we go through 18 weeks, Fizz.
We do.
So we got 14 more weeks where he could be reading out books. He could bring a whole library to the sideline.
Hey, man, listen. I got to read 2 books today with my son, man, for homework. Come on, AJ. Come on through, brother. I got to let you read them. Ain't no thing, Playboy. I definitely go to practice for you today, all right? So no worries, though, Rock. That championship ring that they holding up, that's what I'll be walking around the locker room with for the next 5 days into the game, man. Championship ring. We got a mission. We ain't worried about what's going on right now. It's week 4, man. Cut all the noise out.
For me personally, I just, with my personality type Fizz, I like to know how other people around me are doing, because I feed off of their energy. Yeah. When I have someone of AJ Brown's talent and pedigree, knowing that he is going to be probably one of the main keys for a Super Bowl run, I want to know that he's doing good. I want to know that he's locked in, that he's not discouraged. That's the only reason why I bring it up, because people want to keep bringing up, oh, they're winning. They're winning. But I'm not just thinking about this week or next week, I'm thinking about the playoffs. I'm thinking about the Super Bowl. Maybe I'm counting all my eggs before they hatch by doing that. But I care about how my other, if I was in that locker room, I care about how he's doing. I care about how he's feeling. And it is kind of crazy to only get that many touches to him through the first 4 weeks. It's pretty wild.
Well, I just say this to kind of rebuttal that, though. Right? Remember last year, they went through moments of this last year. The difference was Saquon was getting 300 yards of rush and he didn't have to throw the ball. So it's almost like the same thing. The difference is Saquon isn't the highlight reel that he was last year. So now it's
there's film on them now. I wonder if the only reason they're not producing as much as defenses and a new OC.
Yeah, Kellen Moore left. So I mean, again, bro, you're 4-0, man. You're the defending champs. To be keeping 100 with you, Rod, the NFC doesn't even repeat championship Super Bowl appearances anyway. Every year in the NFC, it's a new team, right? Just like the NFC East. It just is what it is. So I'm not banking on Philly going anyway because they shouldn't go if according to the data.
Maybe you're not the most unbiased person for me to ask this. I forgot the uniform you have on right now. You probably are enjoying all this that's going on right now in Philly. A little bit of trouble in paradise. But yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, for sure. And before we did, though, I did want to bring up Bucky Irvin. They said he got an undisclosed injury or something like that going on. And they haven't said what, but they said could be time consuming, man. You might miss some time. I don't know. They said it's undisclosed, though. So they didn't bring it out. They didn't say what. I believe that's why we saw a little bit of Rashad White going on. And then, of course, Mbuka, man, he is the guy. He is. I didn't know Bucky had 100 yards. Oh, he had that 72 yards. I was about to say, hold up now. When did he get 100 yards receiving? But yeah, Mbuka, man, 100-yard game, touchdown. A lot of it was kind of catch up in a sense, but he got the targets. 10 targets. Chris Godwin, 10 targets, only 3 catches. So I believe this week coming forward, man, they should be all right, man. It ain't no big deal. We trust Tampa to do what they do. This game right here, though, Rob, let's get through a couple more games. And we're going to talk about some players and what's going on around in this league. I did want to bring this up, though, because you did bring up you wanted to talk about the Colts. So I'll let you talk about the Colts, bro, and let me know why they are one of the best teams in the league, the most slept on, and why you got a horseshoe in your back pocket right now, bro.
So the question I want us to be thinking about while I talk through this is Danny Dimes this year, Sam Darnold, Fizz? Because right now, Danny Dimes has the highest QBR in the NFL at 79.3. He is ahead of the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. Fizz, he only has 2 interceptions through 4 weeks. Also, too, this is one of the craziest stats. You think, it's just all scheme. It's just like he has all these different weapons to be thrown to. Fizz, Daniel Jones has been blitzed more than any other QB. He has been blitzed over 50 times in his first 2 games alone. That's just the first 2 games. That is the most by any QB in 10 years since RG3, Robert Griffin III. He completed 32 of 47 pass attempts, 455 yards, 9.7 yards per attempt, 25 first downs, a passer rating of 106.3. That's all on blitzes, Fizz. Absolutely insane. He's only been sacked 4 times, despite being the most blitz QB. So it's absolutely insane. I can't remember if I brought this stat up before, but I'll bring it up now again. The Colts are the first team in NFL history to score on their first 10 possessions. They have 103 points through their first 3 games. That is the most to the start of a season in franchise history, better than Peyton Manning, Fizz. They've only punted once in their first 3 games. That is the fewest since 1940. So when you have all these different stats, not just the QBR, but especially I think what's most impressive is against the blitz. There's a reason, and him taking care of the ball, not turning it over. This just looks like a completely different player in Daniel Jones. So I'm very happy to be able to see it. We both love underdog stories, especially the ones that literally no one even wants to talk about, Fizz. No one wanted to talk about Daniel Jones. Everyone wanted to talk about Anthony Richardson. They wanted to give him a second chance. They want to get the Ferrari out of the garage with Anthony Richardson. And no one wanted to, I don't know what Daniel Jones, what his car equivalent would be. It wouldn't be good, Fizz, a Honda Civic. That's probably what it is in gray.
It's one of them little cars that every time I see it, I want to kick it over, man. Just knock it down the hill or something. It's one of them little cars.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from the Indianapolis Colts. And I think it's for real, Fizz. I mean, if it wasn't for two really awful, boneheaded, critical errors by Adonai Mitchell, they win this game, Fizz. Between him dropping the ball and touching it.
You got to check his DraftKings account because he had some parlays in, man. He was throwing that game. He was throwing that game something serious, bro.
You know, sometimes people have their bad days, Fizz. Bad day at the office. That was a bad day for Adonai Mitchell. It
was. So, and, bro, he led the team in receiving yards. That's the crazy part. But he had to drop the ball at the goal line. He had the penalty that brought JT back after a 50-yard run where JT was bouncing off.
That's 14 points right there, Fizz. That's 14 points.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a bad game? That was a bad day in the office for sure.
So outside of those two plays, I know what I saw from the Colts the last few weeks. I saw them take it to the Los Angeles Rams. I think that's a great litmus test. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that this is going to continue. As long as he keeps playing the way he is, they have great weapons on offense. Jonathan Taylor is arguably a top 2 or 3 RB so far this season. So I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from Indianapolis so far.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I just want – it's still hard for me to believe in the Colts, man. But I'm with you, though. I think Daniel Jones walked into a fresh office, a fresh space, cleared the desk. He didn't have to worry about baggage. He came in and did what he had to do, man. So shout out to Danny. He is Danny Dimes currently. He was Danny Nichols to me a couple years ago, but he's Danny Dimes now. I'll give him his name back. But Rock, man, we're going to talk about the team, the guy, the man of the hour, the man of the year, man, I guess, right? Our guy, our dog, Puka Nacua, the receiver, currently one right now, but the guy who I definitely was trying to preach, man, is a first-round pick next year going forward. And unfortunately, we did lose Malik Nabers, but that wasn't what made my decision. I just think this guy right here, when we talk about the Jamar Chases, we talk about the CeeDee Lambs, the Malik Nabers, the Justin Jeffersons, love all those guys. And I'm rocking with CD, baby. But when I say a guy that I trust the scheme, the offense, and he got Devontae Adams on the other side. So it's not like he got some bum that he like, look, man, he ain't going to do nothing. Like Devontae Adams.
He has a Hall of Famer on the other side of him.
Devontae Adams could pop off for 170 yards next week, and we wouldn't bat an eye to it. So the fact that he has the stiffest competition in the league on the other side of him, and he still goes out there every week, does what he do. 15 targets, 13 receptions, 170 yards, Rock, and a touchdown. Did he have any rushing this week? No rushing this week. But last week he had a 45-yard rush on one attempt for a touchdown. Like, I believe that this is Sean McVay's Deebo Samuel, but just a little faster, a little more energetic, and he's just that dude, man. I mean, from somebody that just came from, nobody knew who he was to the Senior Bowl, and he kind of got a little bit of praise, and now getting the opportunity of where he is, man. This is just my guy, man. Me and you love the underdog story, and if this was ever an underdog, this is one that we know for sure is a prime example. So I know I'm fluffing, I'm glazing my boy Nacua, man, but I don't care, don't give a damn, man. That's my dog. I've been riding for him since last year and this year and the year before that. So let me know about Puka, though, Rock, and why he is currently the receiver one and probably going forward for the rest of the year.
Let's have this question right now. Is Puka Nacua the best wide receiver in the league? Because here are some different crazy stats just about this year and his career so far. He leads the NFL in several receiving categories, including targets, receptions, yards, and explosive plays. In week 4, that 170 yards receiving is a career high, which is absolutely crazy. He has surpassed 500 receiving yards through his first 4 games. He's the first player in NFL history to cross 500 receiving yards in his first 4 games in 2 separate seasons. He did it his rookie year, and he's doing it again this year, Fizz. He's the only player with 8 or more games of 100 receiving yards since last year. And then here are some crazy names just in 2025. Bijan Robinson, James Cook, CMC, and Puka are the only players with 100-plus scrimmage yards in every game so far this season. There are some other ones I've brought up in the past as far as starts to his career, as far as 100-plus receiving yard games. I think the only other player that's done it better is Odell Beckham Jr. to the start of his career.
Yeah.
But Fizz, I mean, he has Matthew Stafford. Is this going to continue, you think, after Matt Stafford leaves? Because Matthew Stafford had Megatron. So, like, he loves feeding his number one. And Matt Stafford is only behind Dak Prescott when it comes to passing yards. So thank God for that hyperbolic, the eternal chamber, whatever the hell it was. Fizz, it must have worked. That must be the biggest endorsement.
All I kept hearing, Rock, his back is messed up. He won't play good.
Yes. Man, please. Put some stocks in that eternal chamber, the immortal chamber, because that shit is going to be parked in front of every NFL facility in 2026.
He pulled Aaron Rodgers, man. Listen, I ain't coach practice. No, I'm good, man. I ain't got time for that. That's really what he pulled on us, man. I ain't had no worries about Matt Stafford all.
But do you think the case can be made that he is the best wide receiver in the league? Because I think it's arguably him, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. I know we were talking about it for years now, where it's just like he needs to be in that elite category. Now I think everyone now recognizes that he can do things. He is scary, Fizz, when especially going over the middle. That guy just bounces off tackles.
Sometimes he's scary to the coaches because it's like, bro, calm down, slow down. Don't take this tackle. Fall down. You know what I'm saying? I just say this, Rock, and I know I'm about to get in my lane, but when you look at the same guy who you just said, the guy who's behind Dak Prescott, Matt Stafford, right? When you look at these two guys, and I said this weeks ago, Puka and CD are the receiver 1 and 2 to me this year, because the opportunities, when you look at how bad the defense is for the Cowboys, they have to score 40 points. Dak Prescott is playing the best ball he's ever played in his whole career currently right now. Now, we've seen George Pickens step up.
Shame. It's without CeeDee Lamb.
We've seen George Pickens step up this week, but I think CD is in a clear space of he can plug in and put 170 yards up. He had almost 200 week 1 if he ain't dropped 4 passes. So I think looking at his situation, you got to notch him there, especially with no Joe Burrow. No, Kevin O'Connell is the guy, but right now, man, Carson Wentz and
out there throwing passes. It's Carson Wentz.
It's all over the place in Minnesota, right? I still trust Justin Jefferson, but I don't know what to expect at the quarterback position. Matt Stafford being almost like a Dak Prescott being him, they neck and neck, man. People who like him, they hate him, they love him, but they can sit in that pocket and throw that ball at any player at any time. I think Puka and CD, to me, are in the best situations offensively. But if I had to give you the edge, and I'm rolling with the CDs, baby, but I'm going digital right now. We getting rid of CDs, and we going Puka Nacua because Sean McVay, man. Sean McVay, to me, is the ultimate decision. If I had to say my guy CD or my guy Puka, Sean McVay, I believe. Dak Prescott gets hurt. We seen Cooper Rush did get CD the ball last year. He still had an okay enough season. But I think if Matt Stafford wasn't there, and it's easy to say what you think, I just think Sean McVay, if Kevin O'Connell could do it, and he's from the Sean McVay branch, if he can do it with Sam Darnold, Carson Wentz for at least a week, right? He had Josh Dobbs, Kirk Cousins, all these different quarterbacks. I believe Sean McVay, man, if anything happen to Matt Stafford, he can find his next guy to fill in or to go for the rest of the career or the time to get Puka Nacua and keep him afloat at that position. So currently, my 1 and 2, CeeDee Lamb, Nacua, especially for the 2025 season, their situations are just the ultimate ones, the ones you want to have and the ones I can't pass up on. And, yeah, man, I'm rolling with them too. But I think I would edge it with Puka because of the coaching.
He's also so versatile, too. I know Jamar Chase, and the one time CeeDee Lamb does get a carry, he hurts his freaking ankle. But
please don't remind me, right?
Puka Nacua is so damn versatile. And also, too, they're using him more out of the slot. That slot is a cheat code, Fizz.
Cooper Kupp, at players like, for a long time.
You look at players like Cooper Kupp Triple Crown winner.
Yes,
I think Puka Nacua is definitely well on his way to doing that. I'm pretty sure that if he keeps up the pace that he has right now, Fizz, he's going to get like 2,500 yards receiving,
bro. He is
and like
he
15
is
touchdowns.
He's not Puka. He's Pook-up. He's Pook-up, man.
Oh
my boy Pook-up, man. He got a little bit of Cooper Cup in him. You know what I'm saying?
But I do agree with Govnick, and I think that's a great tiebreaker as far as his situation being the best with his head coach is easily what separates him, because I do not like Zach Taylor out in Cincinnati. I think the only reason why he has a job is because Joe Burrow loves him for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but terrible situation what's going on right now in Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. But yeah, absolutely love Puka Nacua. The first story I ever wrote with, behind the scenes on a player with my writing, Fizz, was on Puka Nacua. So absolutely love that guy. The ultimate underdog. And people just love him because of his personality, his vibe, his energy. We talked about Jackson Dart earlier. Ain't no one got better energy than Puka Nacua. And he's gone through a lot of adversity. So love players like him. Got to just keep praying that with all these injuries, that at least the fantasy gods keep Puka Nacua healthy and alive on the NFL field. So we want to see some records continually get broken with Puka Nacua.
Well, speaking of records getting broken, I won't talk about the records. We will skip the Jacksonville game because I'm sick and tired of watching garbage getting thrown in our faces, man. Travis Hunter, I don't know what the hell going on. BTJ, I don't know what the hell going on. Trevor
Lawrence is having his worst career year.
Right, but I keep hearing people tell me, "Yeah, man, we did. They did. First of all, what's up? And I'm not breaking down this game, so we're over this game. But what's up with this Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence commercial, man? Look,
it's corny as hell. It is corny as hell. It looks so bad if you don't produce. If you're like 4-0, I mean, they are 3-1. But here's the thing: their team, the reason why they're 3-1 is because their defense is leading the league in turnovers. They have this crazy awesome defense that is just keeping them in games. They have a great dynamic running game with Tootin, and Etienne looks like one of the best RBs. He's had a resurgence. He's had a bounce back from last year. But yeah, T-Law is having the worst, most least efficient season he's ever had. So I don't know if it's the new Liam Cohen scheme. I don't know what it is. I don't know if his hair is getting in front of his eyes. He needs to cut that shit or something. But it is not looking good. So hopefully he needs to get his shit together, because outside of Kyler Murray, there ain't no other QB that frustrates me more than T-Law. Oh, I'm with you, bro. God.
And we will move on from these bums, man. I'm tired of talking about them. But to leave off with these bums, man, this dude, Mr. Duval, he got up in Robert Saleh face. I don't know if y'all saw the video. He told him, man, keep my name out your mouth. I'm like, this dude weird.
You know the context of that? You know why he said that?
Well, I think Robert Saleh had brought something about him stealing the play calls or
stealing signs.
Signals, yeah.
Yeah, stealing signals, but he said legally. So he's stealing, but it is legal. So, like, Robert Saleh wanted to stir up shit, even though he was saying it in a way where it was more politically correct.
Exactly.
He just wanted to, and then Mr. Duval, it would have been funnier, instead of saying, keep my name out your mouth like you're freaking Will Smith, if he just went up to Robert Saleh's face and play the clip, Fizz.
Oh, I'm going to say this. Imagine if you Robert Saleh, you went home that night, and this is say your lady or your daughter, who is
your
that
kids at the dinner table?
Who is that man that got in your face and he sounded real tough? Dad, who is that?
Duval.
Man, get this dude out of here, man. Man, get this dude out of here.
Way funnier. Instead of trying to act this, I know what my weaknesses are. I know what my strengths are. I know I can't act tough, but I know I can be funny as hell. It would have been way better if Mr. Duval just went Duval right in his face.
Hey, Rock, man, this was a problem, man. He out there in Jacksonville hanging with Kodak Black and all the Zoes and the sniper gang. He think he with the crew, man. It's time to wrap it up, man. Get this dude Liam out of here, man. He's tripping, man. Mind you, Robert Saleh looked like The Rock, and you coming up with this man, someone keep my name out your mouth, man. You don't get your butt out of here.
That guy he's a scary Lebanese guy. So
That's what
I
I'm
did not
saying,
want
man.
to mess with Robert
He looked
Saleh.
like the dude off of 300. You know, the God dude had all the rings and the stuff hanging out his nose. He about as big as him.
Xerxes
Yeah.
rings.
He about as big as him. You come out, keep my name out your mouth. Man, you don't get on my damn face. But the Jacksonville Jaguars won. I don't want to talk about them bums, man. But Rock, I will say, when I was trying to lead up to what I was going to say, we talked about records and heartbreaks. I want to talk about your heartbreak, brother. It's that time, and we're going to jump into mine, and we're going to get up out of here with a little bit of closing out. I know we keep going 2 hours, man. We talk too damn much, Rock. Hopefully the people enjoy it. We wanted to cut the show shorter, so we will try to keep doing that. But hopefully y'all having a good time, man, while y'all here, and we're going to keep giving you what we got. But Rock, man, you got to talk about it. I'll leave Baltimore alone. I'll let you cry it out, speak it out, walk it out, whatever you got to do, man. I'm gonna let you handle your business, man. But it's time to talk real, man, with these Baltimore Ravens right now, Rock. I don't know if they need to call that so Raven or what the hell they need to do, bro. But it ain't looking good. Your boy Lamar. Well, I say your boy. I'm sorry. He's still my guy, my boy, our boy, Lamar Jackson, man. He just looked frustrated. He throwing the helmet. He got benched. Now they say it's a hamstring, Rock, but the man looked like he looked like he could have got through the game if he needed to me, I'm not a doctor, not a coach, but he looked like he was on the sideline getting his thoughts together, more so getting his hamstring rubbed and getting taken care of. So they put Cooper Rush in. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I saw him right on 4th down.
Because he's the backup, Fizz. Bro, what are you going to do?
Down, instead of just throwing the ball, he threw out of bounds. He was like, man, I'm over.
I can't tell. I've seen that happen so many times, Fizz, where on 4th down, he's not the only one. That must have happened like 3 times this Sunday and like 10 other times in other games. On 4th down, don't throw the damn ball away. Throw it towards somebody.
If you throw it up, it's like a punt. Just throw it deep. And then if they intercept it, it's like a punt. I would rather them catch the ball.
You better hope they intercept it. A good defender would be like, I'm going to let this.
But at least attempt that, right? Like if we on our own 31 and it's 4th and whatever, and we're going for it, just throw the ball up and hope.
Let's move past this. There's so many other bad things to talk about outside of just the dumbass.
We ain't got much time. So shout out Justice Hill though, man. He got a lot of fantasy points for your boy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of others. But break this team down, break down the misses, ain't no hits, and we're gonna get to the Chiefs and then the Cowboys and Packers, man, and we're gonna close out the show, brother.
Okay, so with the Chiefs, we got 2 questions.
We're talking about the Ravens. We ain't talking about the Chiefs right now. We're talking about the Ravens. Right, you don't want to talk about them?
No, okay. We'll talk about it. I guess the one thing that, a lot of times I like to think about music, Fizz. With this game, when I was watching it, shout out to Mike and his dude, Teddy Swims. I kept thinking about the song Bad Dreams, Fizz. When I was watching Lamar sitting on that sideline, that song, sun is going down, time is running out, no one else around but me. That's what I was thinking about with Lamar. I like that
singing voice, my brother. I like that.
He was sitting by himself, just looking all dejected. Yeah. And here's the real question I have. I don't want to overreact to this because here's the thing. Going into this game, they're without 4 of their best defenders, including 2 defensive linemen. Kyle Van Noy is their number 1 sack leader. Matabuke is now out for the entire season.
Yeah.
So they're already without 4 of their best defensive linemen going in this game. On top of that, they lose their 7 highest paid players on the team, all go down with injury, Fizz. You lose Lamar, you lose Ronnie Stanley, you lose Marlon Humphrey, you lose Roquan Smith. Man, if the Chiefs lost their top players, they're going to look the same. So I don't want to overreact to, is their team done? Because that's the main narrative. Is the Super Bowl window closing because of all these injuries that are happening? You can't do anything about injuries. This is still a talented team, and it's going to look that bad if you lose 8 starters in one game, Fizz, especially with so many of them on the defensive side. But I'm going to ask you, Lamar he's in his 7th year right now. He's probably going to miss a week or 2 with his hamstring injury. Do you think his Super Bowl window is closed? Because you have the Chiefs, they're looking like maybe they might be back to being the AFC favorites. But do you think his window is closed? That's the number 1 question I have for you.
Well, I'll say this two-part thing. I'm going to keep it short. Number 1, As long as Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes are in the league, I'm not even gonna say that it's fully open. It's like cracked. You know what I'm saying? Like he until those guys are out of the league or out of the way, I can't guarantee he's gonna make a Super Bowl. As much as I want it to happen, I can't guarantee it. That's one. But two, I'm gonna be honest, Rob. We say the same thing about Pat Mahomes every year. Well, not me, but a lot of people say, man, the Chiefs, right before they played y'all, man, the Chiefs done. They ain't no good. Everything is falling around. It's collapsing. Now, all of a sudden, they back to where they need to be. So, no, I don't think it's over with because I said this yesterday, Rock, be honest. I think it's a good thing that Baltimore is going through this. Get all of this out of the way now. It's week 4. Lamar always has tendencies to get hurt later on in the season. Y'all missed the playoffs a couple years ago, and that's when the Bengals made the Super Bowl because Lamar got hurt those last 2 games. And we seen plenty of Huntley come in for Lamar and have to come through in games that we didn't want to see him play. I think it's a good thing that Baltimore is in a division that they can clearly win. Pittsburgh is trash. Cleveland is trash. Cincinnati is trash. Baltimore is in prime time real estate, Rock, to win their division, and they look like one of the worst teams in it. So I'm glad they're going through this now. Get this out the way, man. It's all good. It's a long season. Same thing I said about Philly, except they're 4-0. I'm going to say this about the Ravens, man. You want to win games, you should win. So I'm not saying I'm happy they're losing, but I'm just glad that you get your injuries, your fumbles, all the miscues out of the way now because I think the Chiefs have done that. I'm not saying that they're going to continue doing what they did against y'all, but the Chiefs took 3 weeks of miscues and miscalculations and looking like, I don't know what the hell going on. Now they're on track after beating y'all, I believe, to say, hey, we're getting back to where we should be. So I think the Ravens are just going to take a week or 2 longer than what the Chiefs did. But the same way the Chiefs look is the same way the Ravens look. The difference is the Chiefs are Super Bowl champions, and they just know how to get back quicker. So I trust the Ravens. I have no worries about the Ravens unless I hear Lamar is missing 7 weeks. But I'm good to go, man. The fumbling, everything I've seen, bro, I ain't worried about the Baltimore Ravens, man. I'll worry in week 8. Week 4, I'm good. I ain't worried about it.
So I did look up. Here are some crazy names. Peyton Manning, John Elway, Jim Plunkett, Steve Young, Matt Stafford, Drew Brees, Brad Johnson, Joe Theismann. Those are all QBs, Fizz, that won a Super Bowl after their 7th year. Their first one, Peyton Manning, remember the huge hump that he had to get over with Tom Brady. He didn't win it until his 9th year. John Elway didn't win it until his 15th year, Fizz. Steve Young, his 10th. Matt Stafford, his 13th. Drew Brees, his 9th. Brad Johnson, 9th. Joe Theismann, 9th.
My boy putting out them stats. I like that one, right? You want to look at, huh? I like that. Go ahead.
I did, only because, like, we think about, like, with QBs and just the teams in general, when you have a team like the last few years with the Ravens, when you think about the Lions the last few years, when they don't get through the hump, Fizz, you feel like that window is shut. It will never open again. This is the best team they're ever going to have. And it's just good to remember, hey, teams, especially when you are voted only behind the Eagles, Fizz, as the best, most well-run organization by, there was a poll that they just did recently. The Ravens are right behind the Eagles.
Yeah.
And as far as the best run organization when it comes to a front office. So I know that the Ravens are in good, Lamar is in good hands as far as a team that's going to give him the best chance to win. But like you said, I think it's hard to argue as long as Josh Allen is in the league, he ain't going nowhere. Patrick Mahomes, he's not going anywhere. It's going to be very, very tough. And I thought maybe, just maybe, the Chiefs, they're starting off rough. This is going to be their chance. Oh, never mind. Because half of our guys are injured. We lost our best defender outside of Kyle Hamilton in Matabuke. So I think it's going to be very, very tough this year. I'm looking forward to, honestly, Fizz, I'm kind of looking forward to next year of the year. I don't think this is going to be their year. I don't think this is going to be their year.
Oh, it's too early, man. It's too early for all that mess, man. Listen, right, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. We're going to get to the Chiefs and we're going to go to the next game. And we're going to get out of here. We talking.
Mm-hmm.
But Baltimore Ravens, to me, bro, I've never doubted John Harbaugh. I've never doubted Lamar Jackson. I've never doubted Derrick Henry. I'm not going to doubt them now. They will figure this out. The thing I will say and admit, the defense doesn't look as dominant as we usually like to see it. But it's only week 4, bro. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic on guys that I trust. And as much as people panicking about Philly, they 4-0, and we still like panicked, right? The Ravens aren't 4-0, but again, they're in a division, bro, that they can win this division, man, with their eyes closed at this point.
Fizz, I don't doubt the talent. It's the injuries.
I'm with
You're
you.
not playing. That's just two different things, you know? I'm not doubting that Lamar can't get it done. I mean, he has one of the best QB track records we've ever seen in NFL history. As far as a passer, not just a rusher, but just as also a passer.
Mm-hmm.
I love this offense. I love everything about it. But if you don't have soldiers out in the field to fight your war, then you're not going to be able to fight. And they don't have any healthy soldiers right now. So they're not going to be able to be in the fight. That's the only reason why it's just tough to be able to be. We're at the freaking bottom. I had all these Browns fans being like, hey, come on over. There's enough room at the bottom of the AFC North with only one freaking win. We're looking up, Fizz, at the Steelers and the freaking Bengals. That's what it looks like right now. And it's not going to get any easier because we've played we played the Detroit Lions, we played the Bills, we played the Chiefs.
Yep.
Those are arguably three of the best teams. The only team that we didn't play were like the Eagles and the Packers. I'm sure they're later on in the schedule.
You just named three of the best teams in the league, bro. Buffalo Bills have played the Saints, the Jets, the Dolphins. They ain't beat nobody.
And we could have won both those games.
Exactly.
Again, we were leading this. We were leading against the Bills. We were leading against the Lions in the fourth quarter. Man, it is tough. We could easily be 3-1 or 3-1. Instead, we're 1-3. So
we're not worried about nothing, Raw. I ain't worried about nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy French Montana, man. Shout out to boy French. I will just say though, you're right. You need soldiers to get in the field, but I would rather the soldiers be gone by week 4 and 5 and be ready by week 8 and 9, baby. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully they get healthy. But let's get to the Chiefs and close up out of here on the last game. Pat Mahomes had his coming out party for 2025. He said, hey, man, y'all forgot about me. You slept on me. I got Xavier Worthy back. I got that boy Tyquan Thornton coming out of nowhere. He doing what he do. Hey, man, Hollywood is catching touchdowns. Juju Smith-Schuster seems to, for whatever reason, keep coming back and getting jobs, and we keep thinking he's on TikTok, and clearly he put that account down, man. He shut it down, and now he said, I'm all about football. So let's get to the Chiefs. Let's jump off to the next team, but we will praise them as much as not us, but I'm just saying we will get them a little bit of love as much as people don't like to give them the love, because when they was losing and looking bad, that's all you heard. Now that they winning, people ain't trying to talk about it much. So Xavier Worthy, first game back, 83 yards. He led the team in receptions and reception yards. And it looked like, hey, man, it's time to get back and lock in. I think this is a game, especially against the Baltimore Ravens, Rock, of all teams. If you ever had to dominate a game, this is the team you want, because now the whole locker room is like, yeah, they thought we struggled against the Giants a little bit. Nah, we back in. And I'm looking now, right? They had Worthy running the ball, man. Come on. I don't know about that one, but
he's good at doing it. That's why.
Yeah, he good until his damn ligament on his arm popped back out. So I mean, don't do that on the first game back. But
hey, when he got tackled, I believe out of bounds by Marlon Humphrey, he got slammed to the ground on the first drive, and he popped up and he was all good, Fizz. That's when I was like, oh shit, because I was talking so much shit about him on Start Shit. I just said shit like 5 times. There's a lot of shit around here on the South Harmon channel. But when he popped up and he was all good, I was like, oh no, because I was talking so much smack about him not being able to get through this game healthy. And he did. And not only did he get through healthy, he had a career game, Fizz. That's the highest amount of receiving yards he has had. Patrick Mahomes became the youngest, Fizz, to 250 career passing TDs. And he was perfect on fourth downs. He had no turnovers. This was the ultimate get-right game. Travis Kelce, I put him on the sit for the week, and he had a great game. But all the receivers, even Tyquan Thornton, looks like he's going to be legitimate for 2025.
And that's without Rashee Rice. He ain't even come back yet.
And Rashee Rice is coming back in only, I think in 2 games, Fizz. I think he has 1 more week to miss, and then he'll be back the following week.
Rock, look at this receiving. Everybody caught a damn pass on this
Everyone,
team, bro.
and 3 of them got TDs. And 3 of them got TDs, Fizz.
Like 4 of them.
And Pacheco, with no they took a book out of the Lions from last week with no healthy defensive linemen for Baltimore. this was a get right game also for Pacheco too.
Yeah.
So who I believe also had a TD as well.
This is the collective team effort, 100%, Rock. You like to see it. I believe the Chiefs definitely needed that game, especially with the Chargers losing one and the Broncos winning, closing out last night. But again, I'm not gonna panic on y'all. The panic button is not hit for me. And the Chiefs, I believe people slept on them too early. I believe these are two teams you don't worry about until December. They good until December comes. So.
Are they back to being the AFC favorites? Because all these injuries, no, I think the Chargers took a huge step back with losing Joe Alt for a few games.
That's tough. That's a tough question, Rob.
Who are you going to take, the Bills or the Chiefs? Or are you taking somebody else?
I'm rolling with the Chiefs, baby, until otherwise. Now I'm a Ravens guy, but I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs if we talking Bills or the Chiefs, baby. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to argue that they are probably.
You gotta roll with the hardware, baby. Roll with the hardware, Rock. Until further notice.
Yeah. So that's all I got on this game, Fizz.
All right. Well, I saw somebody earlier had brought up Ashton Genty, and we're not gonna talk about that, but he did have a hell of a game. We ain't got to talk about the game. Let's just look at his stat line right quick, Rob, because it was one for the books. Ashton Genty came through for the Raiders, and he put up 138 yards rushing, 21 attempts, touchdown. Then he came back with 17 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. So Geno Smith, don't know what he's doing, Rock. You need to call your boy because you was hyping him up, telling us he was the stuff. And I'm calling his bluff, man. It ain't looking good. But Ashton Genty was the goods. He was the works against this Bears team that we made look like Super Bowl champions. I don't know how the hell we did that, but shout out to Ashton Genty. He finally got us some yards. He had his coming out party, man. Everybody coming out, man. I'm glad R. Kelly ain't around because the closet is closed, man. But shout out to Ashton Genty, though, Rock, man. We needed that. You want to say anything before we close out on this next game and get up out of here?
Well, he went to what is it called? I guess they call it the Michael Myers stance, like in Halloween. As soon as he goes back to his stance, what Trenton is bringing up, that's the reason why he had the game that he did. So maybe, just maybe, he was allowed to be himself, and that's what happens. Just something as simple as this, your stance is. You have this blow-up game. So really happy to be able to see him finally have a coming out party. People were worried. Everyone fizzed 2 weeks ago. It is a story as old as time. As soon as the public media want to say something about, a whole storyline, a whole narrative, you can guarantee that shit is going to get old real quick within 1 week. Because who were they all talking about? They were talking about Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Caleb Johnson. They were talking about all these bad rookies, the best RB class we've ever seen. They were saying, what is wrong with all these guys? And then look, they're all feasting.
Now they love them, right?
Exactly. So fade the noise, fade the public, bet against that shit. Because you always know that they're going to look dumb as hell within less than a week.
And then they're going to come back and say, I told you so. I was lying to you. I was faking, man.
Exactly.
We're going to close out on a tie, Rocky. We're going to tie it up. I even went on YouTube to say how to tie. I needed to know all the highlights and what the hell was going on because I stayed up all damn night to see this 40-point tie at that, right? I don't know if this is ever done before, but a 40-point tie, I don't know if those exist, man. It happens now, though, 2025, for whatever reason. Rock, we ain't gonna keep the people on, man. But Jordan Love, 337, 3 touchdowns. That boy, Romeo Dobbs, who you try to tell me ain't about nothing, man. Romeo Dobbs came through with 3 touchdowns. That is easy to do against my defense. I understand that. But,
also, too, there's a meme where it's just like Jordan Love. Who should I throw to? And then it's a picture of Romeo Dobbs with the biggest ass helmet of all time. It's like, how do you miss that guy?
Bro, listen, I'm not gonna lie though. They had this connection in his rookie season during the preseason. They have had this connection since Jordan Love got in the league, man. So I believe this is his guy. They keep trying to get everybody else to be his guy, but this is clearly the guy, man. So they need to go ahead and pay the man. But Josh Jacobs, man, he had 89 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 71 yards receiving. Your boy Matthew Golden, man, he had 57. He had a big play. That 46-yard one was a good catch too. But
he
overall, man,
lit up on that fair catch,
bro. That kick return,
didn't fair catch up. Yeah, didn't fair catch.
But I wouldn't say, man, hell of a game from the Green Bay Packers. My biggest thing with the Packers was the hype of this defense, the defensive line, how they was Dallas is missing, I believe, 2 or 3 offensive linemen currently. I know our center's out for 6 to 7 weeks. Dak is pretty much just trying to figure out how to stay still, stay upright. And this Packers defense looked like Swiss cheese when it came to number 4, baby. So I had to rock the number 4 because I'll let you talk a little bit about the Packers. But I got to bring up the Cowboys, though, Rock. Get through these stats: 39 yards, 40 attempts, 31 completions. So my boy he was efficient as he wanted to be. No interceptions, 1 sack, which wasn't a sack, man. They let Michael Parsons get this. He got tackled right on the yard of scrimmage, but it was a big play. To save that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and goal. He had to get 2nd and goal, whatever. Javonte Williams, 85 yards, the biggest breakout goals because he is showing out every single week. Miles Sanders, why did I even say his name? I don't know. I'm tripping. George Pickens, 2 touchdowns, 134 yards. And if style points came in effect, Rock, my boy Pickens had a hell of a. I mean, he makes catches like these, but these catches he was making on Sunday, man, was crazy, bro. Jalen Tolbert, though, I will say he might lead the league in points if we talking style, because that 2-tap catch on the sideline when we thought
my God, that was crazy.
Dak was throwing the ball out?
I thought he was throwing it away. I can't believe he made that throw.
And as much as I kept saying, oh my God, Turpin in the game, it's over with. But shout out my boy, man. He did what he had to do. This was a team effort, 100%. But all in all, it was a tie, man. So let me know your first thoughts of this, Rock, your last thoughts, and we're going to get up out of here, and we're going to tie it up, big dog. I don't even want to show this screen because it was a tie. They don't deserve us. They deserve me and you. So what you think about this game overall, bro? To close out the night, close out the show, and close out us being up all damn night to see absolutely no one win the game, bro. This was like 2 players punching these 2 fighters, 2 knockouts at the same time. And you're like, damn, bro. It was a good fight, but I don't know who the hell won.
It's like stepbrothers, them just knocking themselves out. And then us being like, instead of going to sleep, we stayed up and watched that. We were like, what the fuck? So that's how it felt. I have a question for you, Fizz.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on the Pickens trade now after 4 weeks? Because I'm going to name off some stats. Pickens has 21 of 33 for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Monte Adams, 17 of 35, 269, 3 touchdowns. DK Metcalf has 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Deebo Samuel has 240 yards receiving, 46 rushing, and 3 touchdowns. So Pickens leads all the major marquee offseason trades, new faces, new places. Mm-hmm. Do you think that this is the best trade that we have seen through the first 4 weeks on the offensive side of the ball? You think it's close and shut case, Pickens to the Cowboys?
Well, remember my bold take, Rock. Dak Prescott, 2 receivers over 1,400 yards. CeeDee Lamb's injury won't help that. But I saw Pickens doing what he's kind of doing. I didn't see him leading the pack because he had no choice but to get what he got this week. But he had, I guess, to take some time to get there because the first 2 weeks, it was just one big play, and he might not get the ball after that. So I see now he's gotten comfortable. I think Dak had to get comfortable with him too because we all want results week 1. We tend to forget it. Sometimes it takes timing, man. You got to know where your guy's going to be and where to throw it and where to, kind of lock in with this guy. And I think him being the lead guy in that game Sunday night, man, I think Dak now is saying, hey, I trust this guy now. Not that I didn't before, but now I trust him because, I saw them passes on the sideline and he catching them. So, yes, I do believe if I had to say one of the biggest offensive trades, you got me thinking about all the trades that happen now. But I do like this is one of the biggest because if not for anything else, Rock, the defense is so bad that this team needed. Imagine if we had no George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb was hurt. So I think that's the answer right there.
Jake Ferguson.
I think
come on down.
Right there. The fact that CD isn't hurt, got hurt, and George Pickens is here is the reason why that was a number 1 offensive trade. So yes, I will say that. Yeah.
And it is such a shame that CeeDee Lamb is hurt because I think the storyline of this game, what I appreciated the most about it, Fizz, was the QBs. Because Dak Prescott is, I believe, still the highest rated QB so far via PFF. He is having a career year. He is leading the league in passing yards, only ahead of Matthew Stafford. And then Jordan Love, he has, I do believe, the highest EPA of any QB. You talk about both these QBs when it was the last 2 minutes of the game, Fizz, and it was just back and forth. the reason why I stayed up, I wanted to see Jordan Love, return those blows with blows of his own. If he's going to get punched in the mouth, I want to see him, come back with that. So he looked, I think, really, really good, because this is an offense that we want a number one wide receiver. We want to see Golden, step up and look like all the other elites in the NFL. That's not the offense they want to run. It is a Josh Jacobs show, and it's Jordan Love not making mistakes. So I think that was the best part of this game was the QBs. And I think Jordan Love, I don't know if he has – here's the thing. It just doesn't look sexy. And I think it's such bullshit that I even say that out loud, Fizz. I want to see more of a wow performance, but what should I be even looking for when it comes to Jordan Love? If he just did what he did, keeping them in that game, probably I should be okay with that. I've seen enough from Jordan Love to believe if he goes to the playoffs that he can continue to do that, but it was against the Cowboys defense, Fizz. So I'm not so sure. What do you think of Jordan Love after that performance? Like, do you think he doesn't get enough kudos? Do you think that it's going to all fall apart in the playoffs? What do you think of him?
Well, I don't like having two answers to every question, but I will say I've seen Jordan Love do this to the Cowboys before. So it's kind of hard for me to say that he is this locked in, because remember, all offseason, the biggest questions about the quarterbacks that were going in our drafts, Herbert, Love, and Kyler Murray as well, a couple of guys, but I'm saying Jordan Love was down there with the Kyler Murrays of, I don't know who to take. I done seen Jordan Love slide down boards every single draft the more and more we started drafting. And it's not that we don't trust Jordan Love, the player, but like you said, it's just unsexy. We know he doesn't have a number one receiver. He got a big group of guys. Unfortunately, Kyler Murray has McBride, Harrison.
Big group of guys with big helmets, both Romeo Dobbs and
when you got Dontavian Wicks, could be your number one this week. You got to go. So it's unsexy to know that Josh Jacobs is probably the clear offensive talent every single week, and Jordan Love is a guy that we trust as the quarterback, but what is he really going to excite us with when we look at his stat line? So I don't think that I don't trust him. I just think it's just an unsexy offense that he's good enough to run and he can win in. But to see what he did against the Cowboys, bro, he's done that before. So I want to see him do that against the Cleveland Browns, against other defenses that are going to challenge him. And let's just say when they go up against Minnesota and Detroit, I want to see those Jordan Love games versus real official defenses. So I don't say I don't like the player Jordan Love. I just think this game against the Cowboys is kind of a facade, knowing that I've seen him do it before. And we have Caleb Williams looking like he was the MVP against our defense a week ago. So I want to see him go against some real talent on defense. But I love the player though. No hate on him though.
No, I think that's great that you do bring up, and he will get tested being in the NFC North. My last question for you, Fizz, is now where do you stand on the Parsons trade for both teams? Because that was the biggest storyline going into this game. It was Micah Parsons versus Jerry Jones, which seems like it wouldn't be a contest, but that's what they were building it up to be. So where are you now with Micah Parsons?
Well, I just say this, Brock. I believe his heart is in Dallas. I still think he never wanted to leave Dallas. I think
he looked sad. He looked sad, Brock, having a Packers uniform on.
As much as people say, I said this before when it happened, his legacy, he wanted his legacy to be with the stars. He wanted to be in those Raptors with those names. He wanted to be a part of the next Cowboys documentary on Netflix. He didn't want to miss none of that. Now that he's not, I don't ever think he's going to be the same. I think at some point he's going to get over it. He's going to have to. But I think every time he spend that check, it's going to be in the back of his head. Money don't buy happiness, man. And I don't care what nobody tell you. He wanted to be where he wanted to be, and it didn't work out. It's his fault. It's his own. It don't matter whose fault it is. It happened, right? So I would just say this. We won't get the best Micah Parsons, I believe, ever again. I believe his heart is gone. I believe we'll get the football Micah Parsons. But looking at him against the Cowboys, he didn't look happy. He didn't want to be in that building on the other side. And I think as long as the Cowboys not on the schedule, man, he might be okay. But I still stand with we need to make that trade regardless of how bad our defense look. I think Matt Eberflus' scheme is trash. It looks terrible. He can't adjust to it whatsoever. And I think for other sides, though, the Cowboys kind of killed the morale of the locker room. I think a lot of players, Stephon Diggs, like he was about to cry when he hugged Micah Parsons. Like I think
Trayvon Diggs, his brother. You said Stephon.
Yeah, Trayvon. I'm sorry, Trayvon. Jerry kind of, I mean, I think the players know this already, but Jerry kind of made a hostile environment when I feel like, damn, you gonna move Michael Parsons? What the hell are you gonna do with me? So I think it's a two-way street, but I would just say I do believe that's a move we had to make, bro, because our defense would have been bad regardless, I believe. And I just know that having $500 million plus in the 3 players when I don't know if this team is Super Bowl contending ready, I don't think that's a move we had to make though. So
Yeah.
I will say that it happened. I can live with it, and I'm not mad at it. So
happy as he looked. I mean, I can only imagine being in his shoes, the amount of emotions he had. I mean, he purposely did not put himself out in the field during warm-ups. He didn't come out until right beforehand until he was in full pads and everything. So bro, I can only imagine.
He got a suite for the year already paid for. He's trying to sell it now.
Yeah,
he got a whole suite.
His whole family came in packed with Packers gear on.
Yeah,
which apparently he wasn't very happy about. But his mom was probably like, "Fuck him! I'm gonna do all this shit. Fuck the Cowboys. Yeah. I'm gonna have everyone show up in green and yellow, looking like the Grinch." But I could only imagine the amount of the amount of emotions that guy had, because I think I do agree with you. He wanted to be a Cowboy for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
I'm sure he calls up his agent from time to time, being like, "Man, I'm sad." And then his agent is like, "What? I can't hear you over my helicopter now that I own." He doesn't give a fuck
your
about
agent job
his feelings.
Care about your feelings, baby. It's to cash some checks.
Doesn't. He just all he cared. That agent probably just cared about money. That's all it was. It's a damn shame.
Hire your therapist if you want your feelings taken care of. You hire your agent for that cash. You feel?
And the happiest he looked, Fizz, is when he hugged Dak Prescott after the game.
Hey, listen, Rock. My quarterback wears number 4, but he ain't number 4, baby. I had to rig out his Dak jersey. I ain't won a long time. The thing big as hell. I could put folks' shoulder pads up underneath here. I can't fit it no more. But it is what it is, bro. I will say, we finished with a tie. We're gonna tie it up right now, man. We're gonna end the show.
Yeah.
I did want to get to this though, Rob, because I think this is we working on these shorts, man. We trying to get us some new content stuff. We realized we went 2 hours. That wasn't the plan, but we appreciate those that's here, man. We always just want to come in for the people, man. We know it's times in the day where you can't watch, you can't talk in the chat because you got stuff going on. We got stuff going on. But if you're here, you're watching us now, watching us later. If you made it this far, we damn sure appreciate you, man, because we do this for y'all, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody to watch later. Please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Leave your comments, all that good stuff, because me and my boy is locked in to try to take this game over one by one, brick by brick. We gonna build this shit, man. So Rock, that's how we gonna do it. That's how we gonna end it. But I wanted to get the comment right quick because sorry, my brother. He said, "Yo, boys, I traded Marv for Malik on a basketball rebuild." And Rock, I'm gonna say this. I traded Marv for Malik in a 10-team league, but I currently, we're going to close the show with this, Rock. Currently, I have a counter offer for Marv and Malik. So I'm going to let you pick it. I'm going to let you choose it. I believe I know what you're going to say. I'm in a win now team. Lead the league in points 4-0. I sent my receiving core is deep, right? I sent Marvin Harrison, Cooper. No, he countered Marvin Harrison, Cooper Kupp, Kendre Miller, right? For Chuba Hubbard, Malik Nabers.
All right, so basically Marv for Malik. I don't give a fuck about any of those other guys.
Well, Chuba for Kupp.
You said Chuba. I thought you said Chubb. I'm sorry.
No, Chuba. So Marvin Harrison. I'm sending Marvin Harrison, Kendre Miller.
You gotta be.
It's a best ball league, 12 team. I have Jordan Addison, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Drake London, like my receiver room.
Are you getting Chubb, or I'm sorry, are you getting Chuba or trading him away?
So this, we're gonna keep it too long. I got CeeDee Lamb, Jordan Addison, Drake London, Puka Nacua. That's like my receiving core. It's like the base of it, right? With Marvin Harrison. I'm trading away. So what I'm saying is my receiving core is pretty stacked, right? I'm trading away Marvin Harrison, Kendre Miller, and Cooper Kupp. I'll be getting back Chuba Hubbard and Malik Nabers.
I would do that trade. That's all I needed to hear was if you were getting Chuba or sending him away.
And I'll say this, my running back room right now is Marion Hampton and Woody Marks and Justice Hill. I don't have any running backs to speak of. So it's like,
damn, you got the number 1, number 2 on the week.
hey, bro, I've been living off of that's why I don't draft running backs, Rock. In best ball leagues, I will roll with the scraps and just pray to God. Dylan Sampson got me through 2 weeks. Now Woody Marks get me. I'm just coming
through. Praying too hard, man. You got top 3 RBs in the league.
Here we go, baby. So I just say, should I make this trade or should I,
I'll say this. I always ask myself, does this trade need to happen today? So there is the risk always, of course, with all these injuries, you never know who the Grim Reaper's door is going to be knocking on next. Could always be Marvin Harrison Jr. If you're in a rebuild right now, it don't matter because you can trade for Malik Nabers right now because you don't want to be scoring points. But Marvin Harrison Jr. has the potential, and this is the reason why I ask, do you need to trade for it right now? For him to gain even more value because he had the best game of his year so far this year. Mm-hmm. And it takes the NFL season should be divided up into quartiles, Fizz. 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. And we like to see teams, they can reinvent themselves over the course of a season. So if you do believe that Marvin Harrison Jr. can continue to accrue value, Malik Nabers is going to stay the same. It's either going to stay the same or go down. Okay. Marvin Harrison has the potential to go up. His also has the potential to go down too. If it was me personally, Fizz, I already have maybe a share or two of Marvin Harrison Jr. I want to keep on my team and another team. I'm going to trade for Malik Nabers, Chuba Hubbard.
Well, I'll just say this. With my current running back room, Chuba will walk in as my RB2 instantly. So I think I'm going to accept it right now live. I did want to bring that up because hopefully we can clip that and make that something that people watch. So we won't be talking about Tony Dan Pollard or no more shorts. All right. So we wanted to bring that. I wanted to bring it up. Shout out Connor, man. Shout out to you for doing that one, brother. For those that still here, man, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, man, because that's what we need, man, to keep going and keep letting you know that we still doing what we got to do. But Rock, man, close us out with a good word of wisdom. I thought I had some words, but I talked long enough, man. So your boy is done, and we're going to get up out of here, man.
All right, Fizz, my word of wisdom for this week. The most powerful words in any language are I am, Fizz. Because if you repeat it enough, it will have a feedback effect on you on how you are in the world. How one defines themselves, not just to other people, but internally to themselves is very powerful. Think about how you define yourself to others, but also think about how you define yourself. And that's from the Huberman Lab, Fizz. That's going to be the word of wisdom for the week. So yeah, that's all I got.
There we go, brother. Wow, we always appreciate some good words, man. Again, I had some words, but I forgot them, man. I told you damn much. So we're going to get up out of here, man. We love y'all. And don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Leave them comments. We always going to be back to you anytime, all the time. And it's time to get up out of here, Ross. So close us out, man, on a good note so we can get up out of here. Let these people go do what they got to do, bro.
Shout out to Bad Bunny. Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, Super Bowl, man. Halftime show, Bad Bunny. I meant to bring that. It was on my mind the whole time, so I said I talked too damn much, Rock. Bad Bunny. My boy Rock said he happy. I'm looking for Bugs Bunny, but it all good because we going to do what we got to do. No snow bunnies, no all the bunnies, man. We going to try to figure it out. We glad y'all are here. We appreciate y'all. We out of this thing. South Harmon and...
Aye.